Great. You made it. As always, I'm excited to have you. Nervous about what you're going to say, but I'm here for it. See, because Question Time was founded on a longing for us to talk to one another through open dialogue, active listening, and the sharing of opinions and facts. See, we strive to move past the texting and get back to the good old days. You know, the days where audible words were used to convey a message and talk to people. I know, it's scary, but we can do it together. Now, there are a few things that are required before we start. One, we will be respectful, considerate, and courteous. We will also know that feelings might get hurt because not everybody agrees with everybody. But when all is said and done, we will leave not in hate, but in love and understanding. Number two, you can join the live by clicking the link pinned. Note that you do need to share the join, unless it's one of those pop on, pop off type of shows. However, if you plan to be on the panel for a prolonged period of time, and you know what I mean, be kind and share the show to your page. See, this shows us that you want your people to chime in, that you support our growth, and that you are encouraging us to press on to being a brilliantly successful show. Now, if you can't do that for Question Time's expansion, we get it, we understand. But you also have to understand that you can comment in the comment section. Cry about it to your mom. Okay? Now, let's get started. Raw News No Fluff presents to you Question Time with me, your host, Brandy Grant. I'll be back in 1 minute. Hi. It's been a long time since I've seen you last. That's me. I don't know if it's supposed to go. Either way. Okay. So, hi. It's been a while, but we made it back. We're back in action, baby. Back in action, baby. Um, Two things, real quick, fast in a hurry. Please go ahead and like, share, join. Um, Join the live the Facebook family. This is where you're gonna get. This is where you're gonna help me the most. Um, Basically, I can see your comments, like your name, um, and I have to tell whoever is going to join me today who commented and who said what about what and when they said what about what. So, I want to first, though, more so apologize for the last 2 Wednesdays. That first Wednesday, I was sick. Yeah, I was down for the count. Yeah, the devil thought he had me, but he didn't. Because I prayed, Lord, I was sick. Yeah, I prayed. I was like, Lord, please, please, please get me through because touching my skin hurt. And that's like the best. I don't know if that was an actual accurate description, but touching my skin literally hurt. And I like, I like, yeah, well, you don't know this, but I like hot showers. I like my showers to be hot, scorching, and I couldn't. It was in pain. So I was like, Lord, please help me get me through, heal me by the morning. And I was up like I was fresh as a daisy the next morning. And then comes last Wednesday. I was like, this is the end of the year. People have Christmas, New Year's, all that stuff to deal with. I'm not going to. Like, they still have family over from Christmas Day on Monday. I'm just going, chill. We'll start new in the new year. And here we are. I kept my word. I kept my word to myself. So, um, be sure to go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel right there, youtube.com/rawnewsnofluff. And make sure you get notifications for the show so that you don't miss any, because we're going to be ramping it up a little bit this year. I'm excited because I have goals and I'm going to meet those goals. Period, point blank. If not for just for myself, but for the world. Okay. So the topic, our question of the day is Simone Biles lost in the South? You did wrong. And whilst we do that, I'm going to go ahead and do my housekeeping. Did I share this already? I did. Okay. So go ahead and please do me favor, and go ahead and share the live, like the live, love me, like the live. Okay, let me make sure I am okay. So since I don't see, this is what happens when you are not. Maybe it's because I missed some other two weekends, the weeks, the other 2 weeks. Maybe that's what it is. But anywho, so let me tell you my plans for this week. Before we talk Simone Biles, I'm gonna bop that banner off real quick. Before we talk Simone Biles, before we do all of that stuff, and ignore that's 8 p.m. I got some plans, y'all, for question time, for a couple of new companies that I have, for my Oliver Group Realty team, like 2024. I missed 2020, 22, 21. I missed those years. I did. Whoever lucked up in those years, and not lucked up, but blessed up in those years, you did that. But 2024, Brandy's year. So y'all got out of the way. Y'all did what y'all gonna do. Y'all got out my way. I'm coming through. So just, just stay over there. Don't put my lane. Thank you very, very much, y'all. But we're gonna be going up from once a week to, my goal is to ramp it up to 3 times a week. Also, we are going to be doing live shows. And we're co-hosting, Question Time is co-hosting an event with Blacklist, and that is going to be in March. I'm excited. Ladies, y'all be excited too. I don't know what's going on with my hair, but she cute still. Oh, hi. Hi, Ash. How are you?
Hello. I'll jump on the camera in a minute. I was kind of cleaning up something. Sorry.
It's okay. Take it thine time. I need to turn this up. I didn't know my volume was so low. Is it low? Anyway. Okay. So how's your new year going so far? I mean, I just jump right into it. How's your new year going?
So far, it's going well. It's excellent. Cannot complain.
That's good.
How about yours?
I feel like I'm on the upward swing already. I really do. Business wise, yeah, I feel like I'm on an upper swing. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Good.
Who said it? I'm excited about your future. Was it James Fortune? Um, but yeah. So I guess what did I? Oh, so I know Simone Biles situation. Do you know haven't looked at Simone Biles situation?
No, I've been seeing videos about who is her husband, but
Okay. So he's referred to as Simone Biles' husband. Although he has like this professional football career, he's referred to as Simone Biles' husband. So he did this interview on, oh crap, the pivot. And it's like these football players, and they talk to other athletes about the world of athleticism. But one guy asked him a question about I'm sorry, guy. I'm sorry, my guy. I have to find out, how did you get Simone Biles? Like, how did you get her? And he's like, well, actually, I didn't even know who she was. We met on Rafa, or something like that. It's this wealthy people's Tinder.
mm-hmm.
And he's like, we met on Rafa, and I saw her. I didn't know who she was. I mean, I've never watched gymnastics a day in my life. You know what I'm saying? So I just saw that she had a lot of followers. I was like, oh, so she must be legit. And then I swiped on her and we matched. So she had already liked me. So I was like, okay, cool. And I wasn't like acknowledging. I mean, she messaged me first. You know what I'm saying? She messaged me first. But I was like, I need to go to the store. So I'm gonna go to the store real quick. And then I came back and she messaged me again. So I was like, I had to take a shower. So I went to take a shower. And then I finally connected with her and whatever. And she was there, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't know who she was. And then later in the interview, she is in the studio and she's like, well, actually, when I swiped on you, we matched. So you liked me first. But everybody has this whole okay, let me ask you, what did you get from that? Like what would you say is the problem in that whole scenario?
I
Are you?
think who
Oh,
are you, me or
Ash.
I think that I think I sorry, I think that people are trying to break up their relationship because they trying to take his manhood. They're trying to make him look like a chump. That's what I take from it. They're trying to bring division between them. Who cares who knew who? And I did because I did see that part when she said, "Well, when I said it's a match, or I liked you, it said we're a match. So that means you had to have done it first." And
Mm-hmm.
I think that why is this a I feel like it's something more to that. Like people are trying to instigate things. And I like how she said, one day I will be known as his wife. She said, because my career is coming to an end, but his is not. I like how she did that.
I didn't even see that part, but that is great. That's great. Um, I think I'm sorry, Gerard. What
what
say
say
you?
you? I think that it does not matter. I think that the fact that so many people are making a big deal about this is crazy, and I think it may it may speak to how innocent and how pure his attraction and desire for her was. The fact that he had no clue that she was this famous, wealthy individual. I think that he should get more points, in my opinion, instead of losing points.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So, I mean, think about it like this: you
am
meet a
I
regular
echoing
girl.
you all?
You all? Huh?
You hear
You hear
echo?
echo? No. You meet an incredible
I
girl.
Okay, I think
Okay,
I
I
did.
think I know.
No, I didn't.
No, I
Go
didn't.
ahead.
Go ahead. You meet an incredible girl. She's amazing. You don't know her father's rich. You don't know her credit's great. You don't know all these things about her, right? You fall in love with her. I never forget a while back, I started talking to this girl, and I liked her, but I didn't feel like I needed her. And there became a point in our relationship very early on, and I realized that I needed this girl in my life. Like, she was amazing. And I remember saying to her, am I by myself? Am I all alone? Can I say
No,
that? No.
there's
Oh,
some
there's a,
someone.
okay. And I remember her saying to me, she said, I appreciate, because I would be, spitting game, girl, I love you, I need you. Girl, I need you. And she said to me, she said, you may need me. She said, but I don't want you because you need me. She said, I want you to want me. And I feel like this situation with this dude, he was able to be probably more authentic because he didn't know her. He's probably a huge fan of whatever she does now. Isn't she? She's a gymnast. Whatever she does now, he's probably a huge fan of it now because most guys will acquiesce and like what a woman likes if they want to keep him around. If he ain't watching your favorite movies with your girl, he ain't that into you. I'm gonna tell you now.
So let me
So let me
ask
ask
you
you
this:
this:
yeah,
what
what
if
if
there was a
there was a
tweet
tweet
found
found
that
that
said
said
that
that
he
he
that
that
said
said,
what if there
what
was
if
a
there was a
tweet
tweet
found
found that
he
he
sent
sent
posted
posted
that
that
said
said,
Douglas
Douglas
needs to
needs to
fix your
fix
teeth
your teeth
and
and
let's
let's
go
go
Gabby.
Gabby.
you're
You're
echoing
at
that.
that.
Say it again?
She
I got
said you she
echo.
said echo. She said you're echoing bad, but I don't know if that's her phone or your phone. But whatever's going on, I didn't know if that was you echoing or Ashley talk because y'all sound so much alike. So I thought that was Ashley talking over you. I wonder why.
I'm in the
You're breaking up, Ashley.
That's me.
That's me.
Oh, that's you talking. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
No.
Give me
Give me
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Come through lipstick and shirt.
Okay, I
Okay. I
think
think
no,
no.
there's
There's
no echo.
I'm
Why is there?
I'm not hearing an echo. I'm just hearing you talk.
Okay,
Okay.
talk on.
Talk on.
All right, so I've hijacked um, Question Time Live. Are you there, Ash?
I'm in the
The
back.
back.
Okay, you were saying something earlier before I started talking. What were you getting ready to say?
I said
I said I
didn't know.
didn't know.
You're breaking up. I don't know if you're on a headset or something.
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Can you hear me fine?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm the only one with great audio tonight. That's good. But say that one more time. You felt like what about him not knowing her?
I think
I
he
think
knew.
he knew.
Oh, you think it's all cap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Wow. What benefit would he have to be misleading about that?
To
To
minimize
minimize
him,
him. To
make him
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
Hold on.
There was
There
no
was no ex.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, Ben Gerard.
I agree.
I agree.
So I'm the problem. All right. I'll leave and come back.
It might be
Facebook.
Facebook too.
Okay. I'll leave and come back.
Okay.
Okay.
Ash.
No echo.
No echo. Okay. We solved it. I'm like, it can't be. What is going on? Okay. So you think what is all cap?
I think he knew who she was.
And that's what everybody's saying. Everybody's like, why do you have to lie? Like, why can't if you knew who she was, that's fine. Who doesn't know who she is? But I think that's everybody's gripe that he lied about not knowing who she was. Not that he's like he's her husband or Simone Biles' husband or that she pursued him, which is fine. But the fact that you lied about that one part like makes you look so insecure of sorts to me.
Or the fact that we think he's lying because we can't prove that he's lying.
Well, he did say he never watched gymnastics a day in his life.
So what is that? Has to be false? A lot of people haven't watched gymnastics.
No, because he said, let's go for gold Gabby in a tweet. And he said, Gabby Douglas needs to fix her teeth in a tweet.
Yeah. Okay.
And I agree. I think, I do hope that what he has caused on social media doesn't mess up their relationship, doesn't interfere with their relationship. I think she's stronger than letting it mess it up, but I hope it doesn't like change the way he operates with her because she seems very happy.
Right. I mean,
And I'm all
Stan
for
did a wedding, so god dang. She
what now?
Stan Lowe, the photographer, did their wedding, so
Who did?
Stan Lowe,
Who was that?
the wedding photographer to the stars,
Good job, Danlo.
black guy. He
Oh,
doing the dang thing.
but I do think that, and then another issue that was raised was why is he mentioning that she pursued him? Like he said that a couple of times. She chased me. You know what I'm saying? She was the one that contacted me first. I waved her off, basically. You know what I'm saying? And then she reached out again. I'm like, why does that need to be said, though, my guy?
Because people trying to minimize that man. I don't blame them.
How anybody? Nobody was trying to minimize him.
I think when you start, oh, I feel that way. I feel like they coming for him. I do also hope that it doesn't interfere with their marriage because this is silly.
Okay, how do you think they're coming for him now?
Why? Who cares if this man knew who she was or not? Because they're trying to that whole oh he's her husband. Who cares? Like I don't know. Let them people be happy.
I agree. Let him be happy. But
I
my
feel like
thing,
gender.
oh,
Oh, but
echo.
huh?
He's back and there's no echo.
Yay!
There's
Yay.
no.
Isn't that something?
Yay on the no echo, not yay. He's back.
you
Wow. Wow. So I don't think anybody's coming for him. I think he started a whole storm when he decided that he wanted to be. Well, because I think he takes offense to being called Simone Biles' husband, but really, I still don't know this man's name. And I'm not a football. I don't like football, so I wouldn't know your name. But I think
he,
he takes offense to being called Simone Biles' husband. Go ahead, Jared. You're wrong.
excuse me. I think that he does, and people aren't gonna like it. I do believe he increased her profile amongst
What?
black hold on, amongst black men and pop culture, because not everyone follows gymnastics, and typically, even though what she did was great, she was a child prodigy and things of that nature. Of course, I knew who she was. A lot of black people, a lot of black men, and black culture. She wasn't in a lot of black lean, even magazines and blogs until she hooked up with this professional athlete. So I don't think that he clout chasing. You guys,
So
but you guys
let's.
circles where you may have known who she is.
No, I don't
So
follow. I don't follow basketball, but I know Michael Jordan is the best of all times. I can't recall seeing more than one game that he played in.
and
But
that's a
you
fact.
when somebody's the greatest in their sport, you know who they are. I don't follow golf, but I know Tiger Woods is at the top of his game. I know, sir. I do watch tennis. So, but yeah, no, you don't have to watch the sport to know the athlete to hear that
Right.
they're.
I didn't watch hockey, but I could tell you who Wayne Gretzky is.
I didn't say that either. I
But
said
the
her
thing
profile
is,
is the great her.
I was talking to a group of black males regarding this conversation, and all of them was like, "How he don't know who Simone Biles is?" Like, really, my guy?
Yeah, he know who that
And
lady.
all of them said that. Not one was like, who is Simone Biles?
I,
I didn't know who she was until after. They said they brought up Taylor Swift and I used to know his name. It's slipped my mind right now. But the football player guy,
that she's dating.
yeah,
Uh,
or
Kel- uh, Kelsey, Travis. Yeah,
Kelsey, yes, Travis Kelsey.
See, I didn't know who that was. I don't know who that is.
But that was like legit. But everybody knows who and Travis Kelsey wasn't like, I just won the Super Bowl, man. How y'all know who I am? But
are y'all saying she should feel disrespected if he legitimately didn't know who she was?
no,
Why is the question, is she lost in the sauce? Let me go back there. What
is
how
she like? Is she lost in in the love and ignoring? And maybe she should ignoring the fact that this man openly lied on TV, on this on
what
not TV but on a podcast. He
what
openly
was the
lied
that he didn't know who she was?
that he never watched gymnastics, and yeah, I believe that was a lie. But that he never watched gymnastics. And even the lie about him swiping first, like that's a simple thing. We matched. That's all you had to say. You didn't have to
Have they
say I swiped on her and we matched.
have they married yet?
Yeah, they got married and they better stay married.
And are they and they were on a dating app for normal people and matched? They weren't on
Rich
a
people. They have a rich people app. That will
oh,
be on there this year.
why do that when I can hook you up?
You put me up with
I got a cousin just got out of prison last week, and he going places. He got plans.
right to the halfway house. And I hope he make it. Anyway, so yeah. Okay. Well, some believe that Simone Biles, I think she should not cause issue about his lie, but she should take note of it.
She's married. If she's married to a liar, she know that by now.
She might be lost in the sauce. He might have just he might. I think he's probably good to her. I think she has a lot of opportunity, a lot of people that she could date, and she chose him. So good for her.
That's she.
Hmm?
I don't hear black people, and I'm not saying she's ugly. I'm not saying any of that. But Simone Biles ain't never been no sex symbol though.
Who said she had to be a sex symbol?
I think it. Well, let me hush. Never mind.
I mean, she's talented. She has money.
And I think looks fade. Talking about sex symbol, looks fade. I'm sure that girl has stick to itiveness. She has long suffering. She has perseverance. She has thick skin. She has a lot going for herself. She has to be smart. I mean, that girl to be the top of any to be the top of something positive. That she has a lot of good qualities in her. A lot of good work.
Disciplined.
That's attractive. I'm
I
sure she's using her money wisely. Forget that. I don't care what nobody. And I think that's a shame that we're saying because she's not a sex symbol. Whatever.
Nobody would
said
want her.
that.
A
No
lot of,
one said that.
a lot of people drop dead gorgeous
Kind of
and
what she said.
and ain't worth the hill of beans to stand on. They look good, but they ain't worth nothing.
Ain't worth a thing. Yeah. No, no. What I was saying in that arena, because obviously she was attracted to him for. Well, I guess if they met on a dating app, who knows what may cause them to match. But I just think that people who date in that atmosphere, that environment of wealthy, good looking, and you said beauty fades. Let's be honest though, when you're a multimillionaire, it fades a lot slower. You can slow the fading process down, especially black people, tremendously. That is important for a lot of people of his caliber, people who are wealthy and athletes. You don't. I mean, they go after superficial, and they go after those things. So I think to say that looks don't matter to wealthy men usually.
No one said that.
Okay. I just want to say anyway. Let me hush my mouth. I thank God for the church that I pastor. Go ahead.
I agree in that just because she's not a sex symbol, that doesn't mean that nobody wants to be with her. I agree.
Yeah, and if that's how that came off, I apologize. That's not what I meant. What I meant was that just being wealthy alone is not always enough for male or female for people to be lining up for. And I'm sure she's a great person. Um, I know she took some time off because she was stressed a little bit and she had some, um, some just some self care things, and I think that would scare me more than anything. Um, you know, when people acknowledge mental illness or stress, it takes a very mature and patient person to deal with people who are in touch with themselves and their feelings. I think bravo to her for being that way,
Yeah, yeah.
but we are not conditioned as humans to know how to deal with people who are aware that I can pop, I'm tight, and this, that, and other. And shame on society for not allowing those spaces, but people can't take it. So I hope that he's mature enough to handle all of her mood swings. That's my concern with this dude. Looking at that podcast video, I said to myself, not only is she talented, she's a beautiful mind, and to walk away at your height to say, I need a break because this is too much for me. I hope that he can handle that, because what you have is somebody in touch with themselves. And the most scary thing for a man is a woman who's in touch with herself enough to be not normal. But you got to be able to roll with her punches.
Did she say? Is it documented, or is she saying she had mental illness? Because that's just mental illness. Some people have mental fatigue. Everybody has moments where they need a break and they need to say, I need to step back because this is overwhelming. That's not mental illness. That's
I don't
just
categorize as mental illness for her specifically.
you did. You said she's dealing with mental illness. You said that.
I wish we could go back. It's recorded.
You can.
30 minutes and 27 seconds. We'll go back to 28 minutes. I don't think I said that she was dealing with mental illness. I think I talked about a woman who was mature enough to know she needed a mental break.
No, you use for illness.
You did use the word mental illness, but that's neither here nor there.
I can't beat both
No,
of y'all.
it's not documented, but she did say that she was overwhelmed. That she, and I think it was because they were disqualifying a lot of her stuff and not giving her points for a lot of her stuff and just beating her down for stuff because other gymnasts couldn't do it.
I just want to say for the record before Ashley accuses me of what she accused me of every week on this podcast, I am not battering a black woman.
Well, you said it. She didn't.
Yeah, because if it was somebody else, you just say, "Well, yeah, I applaud her taking a minute."
Doggone holler.
Y'all gotta be stopped.
Agreed. So, okay, spend your time on that. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll.
Who's coming?
Do it. While you're waiting, while you're commenting, while you're laughing at something somebody just said, please be kind and share the show to your page. Thank you for the support, and we look forward to doing more. All right. Let's talk relationship. Let's just do a rapid fire relationship. That thumbs up is coming because you're putting your thumb up.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I learned that with this guy I know. I was like, please stop. And some other signs. Anyway, that's not. So, do you want to get remarried? Both of you? Do you want to get married?
Whoa.
I'm sorry. Should I start? Do you want to date people? That's a yes. Do you want to get married?
I am. A trick question for me to answer, Brandy. I gave myself to 40 to be married, or it's not going to happen. Next month I turn 37. I wouldn't say that. Thank you. I wouldn't say that I want to be married, but if it doesn't happen by 40, it's not going to happen for me, and I'm okay with that. I've the secret's out. I've been married twice, and so I don't have to be married again. I'm content with being single. I'm content with people's problems with a single preacher and a single pastor. It's none of their business. Jesus wasn't married, neither was Paul. So,
Okay. So you're fine with never doing the nasty again. Talk to that to yourself.
Hold on a second. Let me go in my room. Y'all getting personal. I have to.
Oh.
My bad.
Hold on. My house is so big that it takes me a minute and a half to walk across my house.
Oh. God is a keeper if you want to be kept, though.
You said what?
God is a keeper if you want to be kept.
Hey,
He is. I don't want to remarry again, but I do want companionship.
Okay. What does companionship look like?
I want the whole kits and caboose. I want to travel. I want to snuggle. I want to go out. I want to take couples trip, like vacations. You can come to family functions, the whole nine. But I don't want to ever submit again unless, and this is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough unless my marriage reconciles. My old marriage. Other than that, I won't do it again.
Okay. My future husband asked me if I wanted to get married. I said, yes. I said I will make. Huh?
You're muted.
He's not muted. He's just his volume is just crap. You want to go out and come back in? I can hear Ashley. I can read your lips.
No, we can read your lips. You talking about we can hear you? Obviously, we can't. We can see your lips moving. Oh, who asked me that?
Sensuela.
And do.
Go back out and come back in because I'm not gonna read your lips and translate for people.
And do. Okay, I need to get online. I need to show my face dances. Me,
Okay.
they
But
got
my
my
future husband asked me if I wanted to get married, and I was like, and I regret how I answered. I don't regret how I answered the question. I sort of.
What was the question?
There you go. If you want to get married again. Oh, the question that Sensuela asked was this. And I answered, I was like, yeah, I make a great wife, which I do believe I make a great wife. But I think my answer, the more accurate answer was, I'm ready for it now. Like, I want to be married by the time I was 26. That was my goal. 26, I want to be married by the time I'm 26. And that clearly has not happened yet. But I think it...
28 now?
Huh?
What, you 28 now?
Right. So it did not happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm a few years behind, you know? But I think my answer should have been, I am at this point, I am ready to get married. So yes, I want to be married. I do. I want to be married. I want to post somebody else's clothes besides my own. Not y'all's.
Are you serious? You don't even look like that type of one. Girl, please.
I want somebody to cook for. I want that life.
I'm not convinced.
That's fine. You ain't got to be convinced.
Let me text my few homeboys who've been running behind you because they getting ready to pick up speed. Let me text them. Abort mission. Them is lies.
Anyway, I do want to be married. No.
That's good.
That's a good question.
Girl, just jump on here. Click the link, Swallow. Click the link.
That's a good question. Isn't it every little girl's dream? That's a good
question. Not because that wasn't mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Y'all didn't dream of big weddings and fairy tale weddings and all of that.
No. I still don't dream of no big wedding, no fairy tale wedding. I don't want that.
I didn't have a wedding.
I want a reception though.
That's because you want to, Randy. You got. Yeah, wipe me down.
But no, that was never not one of the things I wanted. Click the link. She said it wasn't hers either.
So 3 of y'all.
Solomon. What you laughing at, Solomon?
So 3 of y'all did
Solomon
not.
Gray.
Yeah. I'm sure Lolita would say the same. It wasn't on my to-do list.
Wow.
Was it something that you dreamt about getting married? Was that your little boy's dream to be a husband?
No, but they I guess it wasn't. I guess we were led to believe that women wanted that and believed that. It wasn't something that I can say was organically a thought, but you always think about a woman wanting that.
Call her asses.
Oh.
Yeah, I never. Yeah, it wasn't.
You all obviously were raised that your worth was more than just being a wife, because a lot of women, that's like, you know, depending on their upbringing and the culture in their family, that's like a highlight or the highlight of their life for a lot of women. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing to women who subscribe to that. I'm just saying that that's pretty dope that you all were able to see. Let me ask you two this, and I guess Sensuela too. Did you feel like, because you didn't dream about it being a wife, did you always feel like if you weren't a wife, you would be an okay person, or did you feel like missing something? Well, Brandy, you've never been married. Do you feel like you've missed something?
I do now. I feel like I'm missing something. Well, no, let me rephrase. Do I feel like I'm missing something? No.
But you haven't experienced something yet either, too.
But I haven't experienced it. But I want that connection with someone. I feel like there is a deeper connection in marriage than there is just us being boyfriend, girlfriend. You my man, I'm your woman.
You being Sunday.
Marriage.
I got Mr. Right that Sunday morning.
You said what?
Got Mr. Right coming for you Sunday morning.
Okay. He's gonna be 4'2". Anyway. Um, but do I feel like I'm missing something? No. The only thing I feel like I'm missing would be kids. But my whole reason for wanting that, well, not whole reason, but the majority of my reason for wanting kids is because I wanted to see what I look like as a kid, and I feel like I've seen that now, and I'm great.
So you're okay if you never have kids from here on out?
I will be okay if I don't have kids.
But if you got married in the next 3 to 5 years, you still would try for kids?
If he wants kids, we could work it out.
Mm.
But if not, around the world, here I come.
If he already has kids, is that a problem, or you want somebody with no kids?
See, Lisa said no. Do I want somebody? I would prefer he not have kids.
So 100% of your mother's children did not have dreams when y'all played princess and played. Y'all didn't.
Who the freak played princess? Well, get on here so you can tell him who played. We played Shoe Wars.
What is that?
We played Shoe Wars.
What,
I don't think that there's anything wrong with a girl playing princess. I think that that's a normal thing, and whatever. That's just not something that we did. Yeah, that's just not something that we did.
And I definitely didn't do it. I was tomboy. I was a tomboy. So I definitely wasn't playing princess and all that other stuff. Yeah, no. Next question. How do you feel? Because this was in the same conversation. How do y'all feel about playing, quote unquote, playing house?
You mean living together before you're married?
Right. And if you dare not answer, you should answer this question and don't.
Right. I was gonna say I'm not going to. I'm gonna sit this one out because my answer has evolved on this question, so I'm gonna sit this one out.
Most women in our generation were raised masculine.
Who is that?
Stelson.
Hey, my homeboy. I ain't seen you since last year.
Oh, go ahead. We'll come back to that, but go ahead. About you said sign you up, Ash. Is that because you don't want to get married, or is that because you just don't see anything wrong with it?
Both. I think that I would never get married on paper again, because I don't believe that marriage is paper. I feel like that's yeah. I just hold on. I'm getting
she can't answer that either. As the
Y'all
pastor,
can answer that.
as the pastor, or you're the administrator.
I think that's an American thing. Solomon. I think that's a
Solomon Graves. I hear my granddaddy and I. Y'all shaking.
Oh, you look nice.
Okay, Sister Soldier.
No, I think that I can answer that. I would not do it. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like getting, and I'll be honest. I have 4 daughters. I would encourage them not to get married on paper.
All right, I'm gone now. Good night, everybody.
You can get married in the church. You can do your vows between you and God. I want them to, and I think that this is a thing. I'm going to teach them to honor the covenant of marriage.
Okay.
Not the paper of marriage. But if they're taught to honor the covenant between them and their husband, that goes in God. That goes beyond paper.
But who's teaching the husband to to respect marriage?
Without me answering this question, me. I think she's right on the money.
I agree. I actually agree. I dig it. You might have converted. Well, I wasn't thinking about paper marriage anyway. But
and I've had this conversation.
I'm sold.
It's interesting to hear this evolution of thought. I've had this conversation with people for years, and I've researched the history of it, the whole 9 yards, and that would be a great question time. Legal marriage, or marriage on paper, so to speak, was not something that was instituted into this country until the first 19 years of the 20th century, the 1900s. it wasn't always so that there was a such thing. It literally came about, the Civil Marriage Act, as a way to tax people who want to get married. If you look in your king,
Right.
if you look in your King James Version Bible, all King James Version Bibles have the first few pages where their birth.
So you have your marriage license. It's like who I married and how you married it. But yeah, I can agree with that. I can accept that. I can
And
accept that a lot.
I would say for my situation, there the
Someone called me to tell me to get off this live.
my soon to be somebody's call you to tell you that.
Yeah, that's what that phone call was, to just kick me off.
So my soon to be ex-husband, our relationship was totally fine until we got into the heart of the divorce. That's when things got ugly. I feel like had we been able to just say, you know what, you go that way, I like we're no longer doing this covenant, we're breaking this covenant between us and God, and you go your way, I go my way. Let's provide for these girls in a civil way. We would still be friends today. I wholeheartedly believe that. So I feel like I don't agree with divorce. Let me say that. I don't feel like people should get a divorce. I feel like you should try to stick it out. You should get counseling. You should try to see the other person's point of view. But if it doesn't work out, for whatever the case may be, I would want my children to just go separate ways and still be friends and not give all of that money, tens of thousands of dollars. So put my cash app up there if y'all want to help me recruit my money back. But
Hello.
just
Law-
talk what it is, and we're done, y'all.
Lawyers and judges make divorces different, because the moment a person lawyers up, husband or wife, that person becomes more influential than someone you live with, someone that you heard fart at night, someone that you took care of when they were sick,
They have more say in your marriage than you do.
than you. And it never
I
was
agree.
supposed to be that way. And I think for me, as I was saying, if it marriage belonged to priest at one point. Literally, the priest would weigh each situation based on, and that's why in your King James Bible it has that marriage certificate. That was the certificate of marriage. A
Very
licensed
nice.
and ordained preacher. Those aren't just in there to look. That used to be your marriage. And
Yeah.
in America, when they started, and I often say this, and again, I'm not trying to convert anybody tonight. A judge who has on a black robe could be an alcoholic, a woman beater, or whatever.
A
You go in,
cheater.
right? You go in there. He puts you in holy matrimony, and soon as, if you're a conservative Christian and you believe in man and woman, not man and man, you can walk out of that judge's chamber. Two men can walk in right behind you. That same judge will put them in the same matrimony he just put you in. And so for me, I think that because marriage should belong to the priest, if a man can't make my marriage holy or sanctify my covenant because he's a sinful judge or unbelieving judge, he could be a Muslim judge. You don't get to choose which judge makes you legally married.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we say only a judge can make you divorce? I agree with Ashley. If a covenant has been broken and you counsel with your priest, your minister, and they've weighed these issues, that's the way it should be. It goes even further back than that, but I won't get into the history of the Church of England and how that
Oh,
started.
goodness.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh, thank
but
goodness. And also, when it comes to divorce, that judge could have just gotten divorced and mad at his wife, so he's taking it out on the
yep,
woman, or it could be a female judge and vice versa.
right.
But I think I'm sold.
Yeah,
What
but
is
I
what
think
is
you
a piece of
should.
paper anyway? What is a
I,
piece of paper anyway?
but I
Is
think you should have a ceremony before a priest, though. I
Oh,
want to be
oh, no,
clear.
no, 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 no.
Yeah, yeah,
Jesus will be there.
yeah. I want to be clear. You should still have a ceremony and make vows, because the Bible says it's better to make a vow, not to make a. Excuse me. It's better not to make a vow than to make it and to break it. So I think that, and I tell people who follow my ministry, even if you go get legally married to a courthouse, it's not sanctioned in heaven until you stand before your preacher or your priest anyway. So I.
that, yeah, I think that the like I said before, the teaching should be just strictly on the covenant. This is
Mm-hmm.
what you're getting yourself into, this is what you're into, It's not just reciting, repeat after me. I vow to honor and respect, whatever. No, let's talk about, and I think that that starts at a young age. That's
Mhm.
something that should be taught and cultivated. And I think if I stand out on a limb by myself on this one, I think that that's why I didn't romanticize having a wedding and being a princess, because that's not what was. It wasn't a, oh, this is your day. Actually, when you get married, it's gonna be your day, and everybody will be here to look at you. My mom was the complete opposite. She said to me, she said when I got engaged, she said this right now is your time to decide if you really want to be with this guy, if you really are going to submit yourself to this guy, that you're going to go for better for worse. She said, because you need to remember the good times, because they're going to get you through the hard times. There's going to be plenty. She said, if you back out to the day of the wedding, that's your choice. She said, don't worry about what anybody thinks of you. She didn't romanticize what I was getting into. She let me know that this is a commitment. You're going to be held responsible before God for certain things. This is what you're getting yourself into. She didn't make it seem like it was going to be fairy tales and fun, always laughing in each other's face. She didn't do all that. She said, if there's things you don't like about him now, they're only gonna get worse when you get married, because they're gonna relax. If not being a wife, what is a woman? Oh wow.
That's
Anyway, she said, she said if things you don't like, she said don't think you're gonna change those things about him. He's gonna relax. It's gonna get worse when you get married, because you're
Right.
there, you're in it. And so I think that that's why we didn't play house and not house, but husband and wife and all that stuff.
Tony
Or
Evans has a
marinate on it. And then my mommy told me, she was like, I remember one of the things I remember, we didn't really talk about marriage with me because, again, I want to think about it. But she told me, she was like, when you do get married, when you get into a relationship, do everything you can not to put on the pants in a relationship, because once you put them on, you can't take them off, because you can't trust him to put them back on again, to wear them again.
wow.
So,
I think Tony Evans has a teaching entitled "Marriage is a Covenant, Not a Contract,"
Yeah.
and it really deals with how we treat business contracts. And I think what Ashley was saying, sometimes that's how it is. You do this, you do this. If you don't do this, like you go in with these preconceived notions that contracts can be ended if another person doesn't uphold their end of the bargain, and there
mhm.
are remedies for me to come after you if you breach your contract. And that's what happens in divorce. One person or both people feel like contract is being breached, get a lawyer. And America is way worse than other places. We are so suit heavy and
too,
lawsuit.
too happy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like you could literally, I saw just this week, a lady filed a federal lawsuit against Reese's Pieces because they advertised jack-o'-lanterns pieces with the triangles cut out, the eyes and the nose. But when you open the packet, it's in the shape of a pumpkin, but there is no cutout. And people are saying, and she filed a federal tort, and they are going to settle because her argument is when people displayed these around Halloween time, they thought based on the packaging that they would have jack-o'-lantern Reese's Pieces. And I thought to myself, a
Dang, I wish I
lawyer
would have
went
did
to
that.
law school and looked at that and said, this is a good enough case for me to file. And that's how we treat marriage. I say all the time about my first marriage, from 2007 until now, we have a 15-year-old daughter. We have not talked outside of court. When people lawyer up and it gets nasty, people that you talk to before the court day, I remember talking on the phone before the court day and getting to the courthouse, and no one tells you don't speak to the opposing side. But you go in there and you just feel like if your family is there to support you and their family, these are people that y'all just was at your kid's birthday party with a few months ago, laughing, playing, and cutting cake and ice cream. But when you get in that courtroom, you are conditioned straight ahead, no talking, only speak when the judge allows you to speak to a person. And I think that it's unhealthy, man. It's super. I'm getting upset now. I'm
I'm
about to go.
so
It is very unhealthy. And I remember when the lady sued, or somebody sued for Taste the Rainbow. Skittle doesn't say that anymore, because
Really?
you're like, you can't even touch the rainbow. How you gonna taste it? So it's like, What?
Man, let me find something.
We grew up on,
You know
now.
what? I'm suing peanut butter because there's no butter.
Oh, that might be a good one.
Yeah, but it's just crazy. And then the lady that slipped at the grocery store eating grapes. Now you can't eat in the store anymore. Because when we grew up, you could eat the fruit while you're walking around.
You weren't supposed to.
You're not supposed to, but you could. Now it's like, no, don't you do that. But anywho, I think that I think it gets very ugly when the divorce is going. And I think then it takes years to come out of it. Because my neighbor even said to me, he was like, me and my ex-wife, it was ugly and we stopped talking. He said, but it took 5 years and now she lives with him. They live in the same house. They're still
Wow.
divorced. Still, she moved in. Uh, he was like, I thought I would never ever speak to her again. It was just so ugly. He was like, so just give it time. But it's just like if I could go back and take that portion out, I think we would have still gotten married before in a court. I mean, in a church like we did, but I would not have signed not one piece of document.
And I'm going to. I like that. Just remind me. I might get caught up, but just remind me because
And
Is it
that
a deal breaker? Let me ask you this though, Brandy. Is it a deal breaker? What if he says no? I want you to have my last name. I want to do this
you
I
could
on
can
change.
paper.
change my last name without the courthouse.
You could change your last name.
That's actually legal to do after you turn.
Linda, I don't know if it's your lips or your shirt or your hair or something. You look very
Stop it. In regards to living together, I don't believe in living together. And these are all conversational points that I had with a group of men. I don't believe in living together. I don't want to. Nah, I don't. Nah, I don't know why exactly, but nah.
I don't think you. I think if you've entered into a covenant, I would do it. But if
Before marriage, before
I'm
you're covered of marriage.
right, covenant marriage. But if we just dating, no, I don't want you moving in with me, and I don't want to move in with you. I'm talking about who said that? Oh,
ST3.
you
He
ain't
changed
trying.
his name.
But I think that I don't want to live with my boyfriend. I don't want my boyfriend coming to live with me. I don't want that. But if we're entering into a covenant, then sure, yes, 1,000%, because we together. We go together real bad.
Real bad. Like if we're in the covenant of marriage, yeah, that's not shacking up. That's not we're married. We're married in the sight of God. We're married. You is mine and I'm is yours. But my boyfriend, no, we're not doing that practice living together. We're not playing house.
I, I had to research it because I remember reading an article about Cheryl Lee Ralph. Her and her husband, after being married for 21 years,
They just moved in together.
just moved in together.
Yeah.
And she said it's been the strength of their marriage because they had a set time every 3 weeks. They would go and spend 7 days together. She said it allowed them to miss each other. It allowed them to have something to catch up with. It allowed them something to look forward to. And it allowed them to focus on their careers in such a way to where now, after 21 years, they are all together. And I said to myself, my next one, that's what it's going to be.
I could do that. And
Yeah.
that term for that is separate but together.
Yeah.
Or
Separate. Yeah.
a lot.
That's how I want to live. I want to miss you. I want you to miss me. I want to come together and have a wild, it feels like I'm getting to know you again. We rock out for 7 days, eat, laugh, joke.
Poke.
There it is. There you
Stroke.
go. I,
Stroke.
yeah, I see. Hey, I see you picking up what I'm putting down, my girl. Yeah, so I think jive turkey. But yeah, so I think that
Like I could do, especially having been living alone for a while, I could definitely do that. And be in a covenant. You
yeah,
live
and
live over here.
where is separate but together in the Bible? I'll tell you. All
That
the
part.
apostles and disciples that walked with Jesus and
That
traveled with him everywhere, you only seen one time they went to Peter's house to pray for his mother-in-law, and she was sick unto death. And after she was healed, Peter got right back up and went right back on the mission field with Jesus the Christ.
Moses
Separate
too. Moses was doing his thing.
but equal. I
Separate
think,
but not
yeah,
equal.
oh, yeah, but separate but together. But I could definitely do that. I think it gives you know, especially if
And, and
one.
can I address that? Where's in the Bible? Who said that you have to be together? There are certain circumstances where you can't be with that person. If you get orders or whatever, or you take a job overseas, that doesn't end your marriage, or at least it
Right,
shouldn't. Just together,
you're
something
deployed.
separated, right? Deployments, or if I get opportunity in another country and I want to take it for a year, we still together, sir.
Hmm.
Still together.
And I think if you're
I think you need to get a better signal. What?
that's somebody else calling me to tell me to get off this live. Um, if
How? Why?
no, if you're worried about,
Yep. I don't know if I don't think I can do that. I mean, if it's by force, sure, but I don't think I can do the whole 3 weeks off, 1 week on. Like, and I get the concept of it, but I don't think I can do that.
Mm.
And it might be because I guess it goes also to the conversation that we had. When I want you, I want you.
hello, can you hear me?
Hello, yes.
Okay.
When I want you, I want you.
Yeah, but I think it's cool to have a different spaces. We're in her space this time. Next time we're in my space.
You talking about some where you go, I will follow. That's what Ruth said to Naomi, my guy.
Yeah, right, right. But I think though I think that if you're honest and if you're worried about her cheating, you in this year you shouldn't be with people that you worry about them cheating on you. If male or female, if you're with somebody and that's still a major concern of yours, whether it's you have trust issues or whether they've given you a reason to feel like that, you got to take ownership of your life and you got to say, you know what, I'm not going to live in this abstract with this person. I'm just gonna, and that's not easy to do when you're in love and you love somebody. But if I want to love and feel that if we are separate but together, that we're really separate but together. And you have to, as a human, I want to also be as honest and true to my partner as I expect them to be. I want to feel good about how I treat somebody. And I want them want to feel good about how they treat me too.
So living separate lives is going to allow that for you? Because you're basically living separate lives. You have your own
I don't
house.
think that's living. Could you imagine you get home from work, a rough day at work, and you're on your thing. Hallelujah. I just almost quick and think about how good God's been this week. It's been a good week. But literally you get home and you get to talk about it and you get to say, for let me give an example, and I hope she's watching tonight. I had a relationship that ended over talking or oversharing. Literally, we talked on the way to work. We talked on the first 15-minute break. We talked the whole hour lunch. We talked on the way home from work. And when I got home, guess what she wanted to do? Talk. You have nothing to talk about. I think by living, absence does make the heart grow fonder. And I think by having an arrangement like that, and I'm not saying this is God's way, and I'm not saying this is the way we all should go. I'm not saying we all should be living on two separate sides of the country and coming together 7 days out of the month. I'm not saying that at all. But I am saying that I can see the appeal to it. And for me,
2 thumbs.
It's not going to
pop up. You only do one.
I think both have the benefit.
There it is.
But yeah, for me, I could do it. I mean,
I don't think that much absence. I don't think the heart needs that much absence. I don't think y'all. We're not gonna talk now. We're not gonna talk that much. We're not gonna talk that much during the day. Because hopefully you're working and I'm working. Hopefully you're doing your thing and I'm doing your thing. But when we come together at night, we can have those conversations. We can do a lunch once or twice a week. Sure.
When last time you went to sleep on the phone with a man, Brandy? Personally.
Actually, it wasn't that long ago.
What's his name?
Because he was born. Huh?
No, I didn't mean when last time you dozed off. That was rude. And he's on. The funny thing is he's watching now. He knows exactly who that is. Because he heard you snore. He knows exactly. He knows exactly who he is.
And he'll be okay.
Yeah, player. If you thought you was the one, you just got you together. But I think there is something. I think there's something young and fresh in that. I remember in high school, I used to go to sleep on the phone with baby. She wake up 4 o'clock. You hear me? You up? I'm up. I'm here. Hey, I'm up. Imagine if that's your life, man. You see her. You happy to see her. You ain't frustrated and aggravated. I can do it. I'm for it. Separate
Okay.
house me.
Okay. Um. So I was told that men are more attached when it comes to sex. So you do, and you say you're not. You're just dating. Men are more hard pressed to let a woman go than a woman is to let a man go after sex. How do you feel about this?
I disagree.
Facts.
I
I
disagree.
said fact too, but go ahead.
I
Facts.
I think a woman. A
Oh,
woman.
let me go.
I think a. I think a. I think a woman is more
Facts.
clingy after sex.
At my house with that girl. Facts.
It's especially the day of. You so. I think especially the day of, a girl is more clingy after sex. She. I think though, what a man is upset about, man ain't upset about you leaving after sex. Men are wired. We don't care where you go. You ain't got to be with nobody. But if you with somebody, that's what a man's bothered by. It's not that the sex has him in a knot. It's the who you sexing has me in a knot. Because girl, I kill you. And I mean that in the um, most joking way possible.
Right. I disagree. I think men are. That's why they
Clingy
call
after.
you. How you doing? I was just checking up on you to see, how you all
Oh,
right?
oh, y'all
I'm
got the wrong
fine.
man.
Why are you calling me?
Women do that. Women do that. I gave you my
When a
parts, and
woman
you
is
went
done,
all
she's
day.
done.
You went all day without calling me. You went all day without. Man, I think I don't
I
I don't think that's.
think that that's what men want. I think men want that to be the response. But then when it's not the response, it becomes an issue. Like I think that no, I call for me that's not true. Dudes are not dudes because I ain't been with people. But I no, I ain't gonna get in my business. But that ain't true. Dudes are more emotional when it comes to that. I
That's
think
what it is. They are more. Yeah.
I think
emotional.
they're jealous. I don't think it's emotional. I think they're jealous. I think men don't want someone who they've had to be. If a man
Oh,
struggles with,
relationship with that dude. It's not you moved on to another guy. Like you're with that dude. He becomes more emotional. I've e- I've experienced that. They become more
And
emotional.
possessive.
but possession is a part of a relationship. We can't agree, correct?
Like, let me bring you around my family. Why?
Yeah, I was going to say possession and territory is a part of a relationship. You're my woman, I'm your man. Is that not a thing?
No.
Yes, but before all of that, it was just we cool. You're my woman. I'm your man. And then after it's like,
Right. That's before you
no,
gave me the Gawk 3000.
who you talking to?
That's
When
definitely
you
before
coming
you.
back?
Yeah, you should have thought about that before you gave me the Gawk 3000.
But no, so but let men tell it. Y'all can get anybody y'all want to when y'all want to. Y'all did
That is true. But every man, I wish it was more man here. There's always one that does you like. I got to go. I'm gonna lose my church. All right. Good night. Thank God for y'all tonight. God is good.
You don't have to do an exiting speech. Just like
Amen. Giving honor to God, who's the head of my life. But
So Ashley and I agree that men are more clingy. What about are men the prize?
I don't
I'm
think
a
any
prize.
no one's the prize.
Oh yeah, I'm a prize. You get me, you get something special.
You get a headache. Somebody
Okay, why do you say you're the prize? Because I agree that everybody's a prize. You win, I
I
win, we win.
I think men and women are the prize. I think the problem with society is they teach women to be the prize, so they act like it. They don't value a good man. I think anyone who makes your life easier, better, happier is a prize. I think anybody who yeah, I think anybody who does that for your life is somebody worth fighting for, wanting, or feeling like they're a prize, male or female.
Okay, and that stemmed from Simone Biles' husband saying that he's the prize.
And I don't think nobody's surprised, but I think that I have value, and I think that people see my value. Um, and more, especially after separation, you see what I brought to your life. I'm not the prize, but I am a team player for sure. Like I'm a team player, and I feel like people in that person's circle understand. Oh, she was a value to you, so much so that he showed up with his girl at my door. I'm a
You
You got,
know what? And I've said
you
in
got to
every
stop.
one of my relationships, I've said in every one of my, I was like, you gonna miss me when I'm gone. You gonna miss me when I'm gone. And sure enough, you talk about something. Oh no, I ain't going. I don't. Why you calling me? Hey, you want to go to lunch? And don't. Hey, no, talk to that girl you talking to. You know the one you cheated with. Go with her. Go to her. She got everything you need over there.
I love you though, girl. She was just some.
Every dude, every one of them. So I agree. Much value. And yes, I'm a prize to be had. But also, my dude is a prize for me. I won.
This is
But it's
depressing
true.
me.
What did they miss about me though? Something you'll never know. My support and my teamwork, my giving, my accommodating, all that
Are
jazz.
you funny
They
though?
miss
Do you have
all
a
of me.
sense of humor? I was reading
Do I
today.
have a sense of humor? No, not at all. You know that. No.
Guys like to laugh.
well.
Why?
There's
All
something.
right, later. Why you all depressed about it? Men like to laugh. Why you so depressed about it?
I think it's so. Men have it rough, man. A man has it rough out here in these streets.
How?
It's just it's disappointing.
How
It
do
really-
men have it rough? I'm
I,
confused.
I think that age old question about what a man gains from marriage these days what does a man other than sex? Because and I say this loosely, but truly, even bad sex can be construed as good.
I'm sorry. What do women gain from marriage?
You get a provider. You get somebody who has to take the trash out. You get a
First of
protector.
all, first of all, first of all, think about that question. What do women gain from marriage? Because y'all got us working. We still can take the trash out. We've been protecting ourselves for a long time. What are we gaining from marriage? What are you bringing to the table? Because we both have jobs. We're both supporting this family. When people talk about men aren't getting anything, any reward out of marriage, what are women getting?
I think that by and large, a
Children
woman
and legacy. That's what men get out of marriage. Children and legacy. I guess you ain't got to be married to get that. But go ahead.
who said children and legacy.
Guess.
Well, it wasn't Sensuela because she's on here now. So ST3, is that you? ST3, is that you, my boy? Children and legacy. That's tough.
Like what?
What is that? Most of these women wish they can get these kids back. Oh, don't judge me. Yeah, y'all know you love them because they here. But if you could go back, you got a couple. You would, man. Okay. Yeah. I love mine. I just want to say, Justin, it's the greatest thing ever happened to me. I'll say that for the record. But
Okay.
if I had a clover, or well, how does that song go? If I had a wish, I'd just start all over and I wouldn't be wishing on a 4-leaf clover. Leaving would be the last thing on my mind if I
Never
could
heard that
back
song.
the hands of.
Never heard that song. So still though, what do women? It's fun. You can chime in at any time. What do women get? What are women receiving?
Everybody knows a woman receives a lot when they get married.
What?
I just told you they receive
More
a.
clothes to fold, more dishes to wash, more mouths to feed.
Okay, so there's no value of a man in marriage then.
Apparently, there's what value, women don't have no value either.
So
So I think
what do you want from a man? Let me ask you this, it's Miss. I want to be married. What is it that you want from a man?
sex. Oh. No,
Jesus in the morning. Well, good night again, y'all. I guess I got the
I said in marriage though.
right. There's got to be more though than that.
But the companionship can come with just dating each other and being in a
So,
monogamous
so that joker,
relationship.
he need to, so he need to know you was here for one thing and one thing on, homeboy. Fold me like a pretzel, or I'll fold you. But it's gonna be some folding. God, Lee, dang.
But I'm still wondering, like, what? SCG,
So,
you got
so
a lot
many
to
of you
say.
brothers who are
What do
watching
women? I'm
who
sorry.
have a problem with marching, if you stay out of her inbox
Stay
because
out. I was about to say. I was about to say something I need to say. Stay out.
right. Yeah, if you're not standing up in it, folks, you probably should find somewhere to be. Find somebody safe to inbox.
Left or right, but not here.
Somebody who wants to go to parks and feel safe at night. Somebody who wants somebody to walk around and pray and make sure the doors are locked. She doesn't need you for that. She don't the comfort.
If that's my view, never get married. Okay. Thank you for that. That was smart. That was such a good comment. I was this group of people.
The irony of that moment.
Sir. So let's talk love language, because when I was talking with this group of fellas, my husband was in that crowd. And
Does
we
he know
talked
it yet?
about, huh?
Does he know it yet?
That's okay. That's okay.
Are we talking to the imaginary people?
He will. Oh, I was closing this door next to me.
Oh, it looked like you was getting ready to
yeah.
get chin check. I was about to send the people to your house.
Love languages. I said my love language was consistency, but it's, I mean, like, consistency is a love language. Well, you got to pick one of the 5 love languages. I was like, why? Somebody just came up with those, and y'all diving into them now.
I don't know though. They're pretty legit though.
They are. They're good. I'm not mad at them, but give me some consistency and some attentiveness. That's what I want. But then I lump that into acts of service.
Yeah, I was thinking how great I am as a man the other day, because I do that from time to time, and I was thinking that that's why I'm gifted, like I'm a mutant. I can speak all 5 love languages, like they all come natural to me.
I think most people can. I think it's just knowing what your
Not
partner
men.
likes.
It's words of affirmation is usually hard for men, and
I agree with that.
yeah, and I'll be honest with you, some men struggle with quality time. Some men struggle with being with their woman, not doing nothing. Like, yeah, they'll take you out. They'll do that. But quality of time and quantity of time are 2 different things. You know what I mean? The only time I struggle with quality time is I hate going to the mall shopping. And it's not that I just hate shopping. When women get to trying on clothes and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, I don't like doing that.
To me, it is the most aggravating time period in all of humanity to be sitting on a booth while a woman's trying on clothes. I hate it. I don't know why. I would rather be somewhere watching paint dry than to be doing that. It's just, to me, it's pointless, because when I go to shop, I go in, I know what I'm getting. I'm in and out in 20, 30 minutes. I don't know how we can go in a store and be in a mall for 3 hours and you decide you don't want nothing.
Go shopping with Lolita. She trying on everything. I'd be like, Lord, do you not know what size you wear?
It is stressful, but for some women, they see that as quality time. I don't see how that's quality time though.
Yeah, that's, no. So what's your love language then? Your number 1, since you got to pick one.
Mine is quality time. If I had to pick one, I'm not big on gifts. You don't have to do active service. Words of affirmation are okay, but yeah, physical touch is probably a strong 2. But quality time, you just being in my space and let me vibe with you.
How? You just said that you can live 3 weeks without her and then a week with her. You do separate houses. How?
Quality of time and quantity of time are 2 different things, though. I literally said the week that we're together.
Said being in my. Go ahead.
Right, but the week we're together, what's that you're eating? That looks good.
Con manzana con peanut butter.
I don't know what that means. But yeah, I think quality time is when we're together, as long as it's good time. I don't like stress time. I don't like, not quantity of time, the time we spend a little time with me.
Okay, so Spoiler D.
Acts of service. Is my mic on?
Yeah, you said acts of service.
Oh, okay. Acts of service. That's my.
Did
Quality time and acts of it's quality time, then acts of service is second.
What about yours, Brandon? Because I'm being recall bacon strips on 3 of y'all.
acts of
Why?
service.
Not one of these women said gift giving or material
See,
things.
that's what's wrong with you. That's what's
See,
wrong with men. That's
but
what's
That
wrong with men.
y'all ain't
Y'all
y'all ain't.
think
Acts of
everybody
service is
wants
like gift
gifts.
giving to me.
Come on, preach that.
Acts of service is
Preach
like
that.
gift giving to me.
I call bacon strips. Why do so many men feel the pressure of buying you stuff? Well, maybe it's y'all
Because
three.
you haven't learned
no,
your
but
woman. You
because
don't care to learn your woman.
that's what I'm saying. Because every woman doesn't value material things like that. It depends on the type of woman. There's some women who value gift giving. Some people is word, like for example, Ash is words of affirmation.
I think one of y'all telling the story. Ain't
Gift
no
a
way
gift
100% of
gift
the
given
women
to
on
me
here
is
said
opening my
quality time or
door.
act of service.
Opening my door is a
Listen,
gift.
you know what makes me hot and bothered? You come in my house, you cooking for me, and
I hear that vacuum going. Some
what?
dishes washed.
The laundry's done. Father.
What I'm gonna
Okay.
do? What am I do with a Birkin bag? What am I do with a Birkin bag? What am I do with it?
So, fellas, if you're here, this is a inbox these ladies. These are their actual names. Inbox these ladies because if you're looking, if you, well, she's Miss Jackson if you're nasty, but literally these are this is an anomaly. Is Stelson? Stelson, are you still here?
Oh, he was here earlier.
Oh no,
Oh,
he's
he's
in the
here.
comments
He's here in a mighty way.
Okay.
He might be blocked for his last comment.
section.
He, yeah, but that is refreshing
Oh,
as a
yeah.
guy to
This
hear.
comment, but I don't know what that comment is for. Oh, there he goes. Of course.
All right, so
I mean, what are y'all's acts of service? People who are watching. What is your love?
Yes, love
what are
language.
the 5 love language? Give them the 5 love languages so they can choose from.
Physical touch, acts of service, gift giving, quality time, and words of affirmation.
Okay,
Right?
yeah, those are the 5. Yeah, and all of you said a combination of acts of service and quality time.
Yeah.
Wash a dish.
Wow,
Washing a dish will get you
I'm
a
gonna start a
long way
dating
with me.
service.
After I cook, washing a dish
That's what I'm saying.
will get you
Like,
a
if I
long
cook,
way
wash
with
some
me.
dishes, or even sweep up the floor after. What?
Without being asked is a big
Ooh,
thing.
There it
how
is.
important is that? Does that diminish it a lot?
Absolutely. Why do
Wow.
I gotta ask you?
Even if he gets right up and do it.
Because
No,
it's not
I
an act
shouldn't
of
have to tell
service.
you. Then
It's not an
you're
act
not
of
doing it.
service.
You're not doing it because you want to. You're doing it because I told you to.
And if you know
Wow.
my love language, then you will automatically just jump up and do it.
And
Because
if
you
you
will
know
know
me,
ahead of time.
right. And if you know me, you know what I don't like. You know what I don't.
Should,
You know I don't
should
like to wash dishes.
should love languages be discussed, or is that something that should be discovered by you paying attention, or is it appropriate to discuss love languages in the beginning?
Great question.
That is a
I'll
great
answer
question.
last. Say again, Sis Lola.
No, I said that is a great question, but go.
I'll answer last.
I can say that some people think their love language is one thing, and then when you actually around that person, you realize their love language is completely different. So some people don't even know what their own love language is.
Mm.
So, what is the answer for you? Should it be discussed or should it be observed?
At first, I want you to observe it. I mean, eventually, I might tell you, but I feel like if you're really in tune with your person and you spend a lot of time with them, you know the things that they value.
Okay.
I agree with Dr. Jackson. And after a minute, if I don't see you moving how I want you to move in my love language, then I'm going to let you know what it is. And then if you don't, I don't want to say fall in line after that, then we have an issue.
No, you're right.
And
Fall in line. Use your words. You're right. You're right. You're there now.
He sounded Lolita.
Would you like to answer? Well, it's your question, so I'll answer. It should be observed, and that's why attentiveness is very important to me.
Right.
You should be paying attention to me.
I have a follow-up question.
If you always trying to give me a gift, and I'm like, oh, thank you. Don't stop. Don't you don't have to give me gifts all the time. That might not be my love language. I like gifts, but that might not be my love language. It should be observed because if you're into me, if you really like me, then you're paying attention to me.
What if he asked you what's your love language in the beginning? Would you tell him, or would you tell him you need to figure it out?
I would be annoyed that you asked me that question first.
A man
I'm like,
can't
Dad,
win
you
with
just want an easy life, huh?
a man can't win with you, Brandy. God dang, he can't win.
No, but sometimes,
He
like, you
can't
know how,
win with
like,
you, Brandy.
sometimes you don't
wash
like when,
dishes.
sometimes, like, we want you to figure stuff out. Like, I'm not saying that, oh, I want you to guess what I'm thinking and know how to read my mind. But sometimes we don't want to have to give you a playbook, because what happens is we tell you exactly and you go ahead and portray that and play that and basically follow all the rules that we done laid out. And that only can last for a short amount of time before you go into your real characteristics.
Why?
So I don't want to have to give you a full playbook.
ST3 is really shooting at my sister tonight. I don't like it.
I agree. I think that's just like with you and your ex. You talk morning, noon, night, afternoon, quarterfinals, halftime show, midday brunch. What left is there to do? I like dogs. I like sand. I like refrigerators. What? Come on. What's the point of this right now?
I
Are
think
you
that
trying to know me, or are you just trying to have information about me?
my next question is, if you have to coach someone, does that see? I like her.
She's wonderful.
Yeah,
Sifa says, Sifa Sora.
yeah. I think that it is interesting that coaching kills the mood, but
I know what you're saying.
We didn't say that, but go ahead.
you're saying if he's not getting it, well, let me ask this follow-up question. If he's not getting it and you have to explain it because he didn't observe it, can you still receive it from him? Because sound like what you were saying, Dr. Jackson, is if you have to coach him, it's harder for you to receive it then.
No, that's not what I said. I said
I
if
said
I have
sound
to
like
give you, okay,
I don't know if that's your phone or not. Sound like you're yelling at me though.
no, I definitely did not raise my voice.
Right, because I was gonna check that because I'm a man. You bring that down over there, girl.
Where the stairs at? Where are the stairs? Anyway, I didn't say that. I said what I don't want to have to basically give you a list, like basically have you write down a list, like, okay, she likes this, she wants this, she wants this, she likes this, she wants this. Like, and it's like basically what you do is you go ahead and play that role for a little while because you know that that's what's going to get you where you need to go with me. Because
What
you
if
know that.
what if
Go
he's
ahead.
learned what you like and he can commit to being that?
Wait, let me say this real quick. There was a magical historical scene in a great movie called Stomp the Yard, where
Stop the okay.
where Megan Good was like, "What is my favorite color?"
Mm-hmm.
And this Hamanaka said, "Because your green, your ring is this, your car is this, your this is this, your that is that. Your favorite color is green." She asked the dude that she had been dating for years, and this Hamanaka said red. No observation at all. And I'm sure she's told him that it was green. But being that you observed something about me, that makes it so much better. Would you rather, like, I hate when people are like, oh, what's your favorite color? Blue. What's your favorite color? Blue. What kind of cereal do you like? Raisin Bran Crunch. What kind of cereal do you like? Wheaties. Like, I'm not 15 no more, dude.
It's the beginning of the year. Valentine's Day comes up. Your first time exchanging gifts. He brings you flowers. You inwardly, you don't like flowers. You don't say nothing though, because it's the gift that it's a thought that counts. Literally, your birthday comes up. You didn't say nothing about the flowers. Boy, guess what he getting ready to do now? He bought you a half a dozen. He getting ready to go get 18. He getting a baker's dozen now. He about to blow it up, kick it up a notch. He bring you flowers. You happy he got a gift. You don't like the gift. You have to coach him on that. At that moment, when you're coaching him and saying, hey, look, I don't like flowers or this, that, and other. If you tell him what you do like, I would prefer a picnic. You mean to tell me if he does a picnic in the next couple of weeks, you can't be satisfied with the picnic in that moment?
Nobody said that.
That's what
Yeah.
it sounds like.
No, I'm saying that if it's
Am I the
somebody
only
you're
person that
just
heard that way?
if you're just starting to date someone and they ask you to list out everything you like versus trying to figure it out on their own at first and failing. It's one thing if you try to figure it out and you try trial and error and you figure out, okay, well, this is not something she responded well to. And it's one thing if you do that, you take the time to do that. But if a year down the line and you realize you don't, yeah, then I'm gonna mention it to you.
But it's not
Like,
about you mentioning it. My question specifically is,
The answer is no.
after you mention it, does it lose its thunder because you had
no,
to
it
coach?
doesn't. It does not. It does not lose its thunder.
It does not. You tried. You tried something. You made an effort on one end. Thank you. And I'm not gonna say I don't like flowers.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that.
Like these are beautiful. These are actually very beautiful, but I'm not really a flower girl. Now, had these been in the middle of a picnic, like a picnic thing,
Is that how you would say it?
that's probably I would think that's how I would say it.
I had someone do
Unless it
that to
got me
me.
calla lilies, then I'm all in.
You had somebody do what to you?
Send me give me stuffed animals. Kept giving me
Oh
stuffed
God, did you
animals.
scream?
No, I was polite. I was like, well, I don't
Hey, man.
Chubby, not
You were
relationship
like, how
expert.
old am I?
Shove a liver.
Chev
Shove a
liver.
liver.
A
Yes,
liver.
Have a
He
liver.
lives life. He lives
Chev
Right.
a
to
liver.
the fullest.
Yes.
Oh, a liver. Okay. I thought he meant the organ.
Piercing?
Right. I was gonna say he's not on the organ donor list. We
I
don't
was
need
just like,
anybody
oh, he's
inboxing your
selling
blood
stuff on the
type for
black
him.
He is.
market.
I'm first. Okay,
Yeah.
but go ahead since I'm on this. Hold on, teddy bear. Go, please, please, because I
Right.
was
He gave.
screaming.
Wait, got a question. You did not like the teddy bears.
I don't like stuffed animals
Wow.
because they're dust collectors and they are annoying.
And they're space takers.
Yeah. I don't.
I'm not cuddling with a teddy bear.
Wow.
Go ahead, Swallow. I screamed
So
for you.
he got me. I think two. I think by the second or the third beer, I was like, I really appreciate the thought, but I do not. I actually hate teddy bears.
You said
Ooh.
that.
I
You
did.
know what's crazy to me? You and Brandy need to work on y'all. I don't know if Betty Joe did that to y'all. That's
No,
First of all, don't come on my name
no,
like
but
that.
I wasn't like, I was like, I hate teddy bears. Why did you get me this? I was like, to be honest with you, I do not like actually hate teddy bears.
First of
But what
all,
I do love,
have you seen the clip where Miss Dr. Maya Angelou said to
Right.
the
right.
little
Hello.
girl and said, little girl, it is Miss
I am old enough
Angelou,
to be
Right.
not
your mother,
Maya. So
your aunt,
yeah, Pastor, I need you
your
to put some
I'm
bass in your voice
your
I'm
teacher.
sorry.
when you say the Queen Betty Joe.
You're right.
Right.
I
Okay.
apologize. You are absolutely
But
correct.
let me, I don't think there's, I never said that. That's how I said it. There was something wrong with how I said it. Thank you. The flowers are beautiful. I love that. They're very nice. I'm just not a flower girl. That's bad.
no, cause when
I
I
said,
told
if
him,
you bring me another pair of flowers, I'm gonna punch you in your throat. I didn't say it like that. I told him I
right,
Wow.
like the flowers. I appreciate it, but I'm not a flowers kind of girl.
right, but I did tell him, I'll keep these. I said, but what I do love are live plants. I said, you can get me. I said that'll brighten up my day. So then he got me a live couple of plants the next day or the day after, and I was thrilled.
I was just getting ready to ask you
Can I
when
ask y'all? Can I ask y'all a question?
What's up,
Go ahead.
realist?
Is that
The
Leroy?
realist.
Isn't
It's
isn't there a better way to do that instead of in the moment?
yeah. I wouldn't do
come
it in a
come
moment.
on, Leroy.
What do you
That's
mean?
what I'm
I
talking
wouldn't do.
about.
I
I'm
wouldn't
saying,
do it in a moment.
I,
Leroy, please get on. I want to see
I
your
think
face.
Hold
y'all
on.
do-
He's talking about. I took it as he's talking about continual giving of flowers, like continual giving of that. I didn't think he was talking about the first time you did it.
Not even the first time. The second, whenever you need to have the conversation.
right. So I was thinking instead of saying it when it's presented, you can accept it and then kind of throw it into another conversation you could, you would say something like, "Hey, I want to tell you something that I really like," and you could say, "I really like live flowers," or you can walk, you can see a plant like, "Ooh, let me share this with you. This what I like." So
So
tell me why you can't do that.
I disagree. I disagree with that. The reason I disagree with that is because in the moment coaching is really important. And we do it in our jobs, relationships, our work at certain points. And so I think the way it was presented, a letter A that Brandy said was, "Hey, I love you. Thank you for this gift. I really appreciate that. However, my love language or what I enjoy to receive is XYZ for the future." Because if the person's anything like me, I've already planned the third, fourth, and fifth time. And so if you're not giving me the in moment coaching in that moment, then
You're gonna have
I've already
18 more
planned
teddy
those
bears.
things. Right. So and I
Wait
think
till
it's
we talk tomorrow morning.
I think it's based on the delivery more than
right,
uh the actual thing. So I do agree that in the moment is really important. And that helps people navigate through certain things as well.
I
ST3.
respectfully disagree with you in
Right.
your music
right.
producer
think
outfit.
that I don't think that every moment is a in the moment type of coaching moment.
No, that's true.
Though
That's
I
Yeah.
true.
do though I do believe that that is true. And I think for somebody, that may be planning things out, I'm not saying that you should wait 3 to 4 weeks to have that specific conversation, right? I'm saying, what I'm saying, you give it a recent time frame. It could be within the week that you had that specific conversation. It just doesn't have to be immediately. And the reason why I'm saying that is because this is what I've learned. I'm specific about what people give me, right? When I get certain stuff. And I've responded in the same way, hey, I appreciate that, but I prefer this. And a lot of people, tend to take that offensive. And what I had to realize is the because how I grew up, how we, at least for me, I don't know about y'all house, we could say, "Hey, I don't like this. I prefer to have this," but
What? You couldn't
everybody
say that in my house.
see, I'm trying to see what I'm saying. See, I realized
No.
everybody didn't grow up like that. So what I thought was normal, but what I didn't think was offensive was really offensive. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, and in that case, it's and so I don't disagree with you at all, actually. And so that actually goes a little bit deeper, which is um, this is a whole nother panel. But I think what it is if the person is giving you a gift, or if the person is trying to do something to make you happy, or whatever the case may be, and you can't give them direct feedback in that moment, then they're making it about them rather than you, and that's a issue.
No,
Nice.
no, you're reaching. You're
Yeah,
reaching.
He's not. He's
I'm
reaching
not
for the
reaching
right.
whatsoever.
He's reaching for the
no,
right.
listen,
The gift is for you. Now, if they were saying,
Yeah,
I'm giving this gift to
no,
you,
no, no, no,
I'm
no, no,
giving
no,
this gift to you for me, then that's a whole nother thing.
no,
But
no, no,
most people give things, and uh, let me go back to,
no,
it's
no,
not just giving.
that's what a
If
gift
if it's if it's
is.
if it's a moment of accepting feedback, then it's that person in that moment. It's supposed to be about them, not about you. And
Well,
so it sounds like there's just ego
I don't.
no,
within.
no,
I don't think it's
hold on,
ego.
time out. That sound, it's theoretically that sounds correct, but I think the truth of the matter is, when we do give something to somebody, we do want them to appreciate it. I don't care what nobody say, right?
And we get joy. The excuse me, Lou. I hate to cut you off, but
Yeah,
we get
I was gonna add that to it too, but go on and finish it off for me.
we get joy out of their reaction and their happiness. So if in the
Correct.
moment they say I don't prefer this, or they're not as happy or grateful, it does affect you. And I'll say this: one of the
So it's
principles.
about you.
No, it's not
No,
about.
no, no.
Listen, hold on, wait.
It's the feeling of it's a feeling of that I'm not happy that you didn't get what that I'm disappointed that I was unable to please you.
Correct.
So it's
But
about
I think
you.
it's Yeah, I think it's how the person say it is you should react to that. If they don't say it rudely, then
No,
Why can't you
why
wait
would
till
that be?
tomorrow though,
no.
Sensuela?
If
Why
I'm
can't
having
you take it
let's back
today?
up. Let's back up. That could no, I wanted to address it right then and there because I don't want it to happen again. I said it politely, but if him and I or
No, I
are
don't mean you
engaged,
in
no,
that situation.
Let her
no, I'm
finish.
saying, but if him and I are engaged in sexual acts, right, and he do something I don't like, I'm gonna address it right then. I'm
You
not gonna
better.
wait until tomorrow to tell him.
Come
Yeah,
on.
So I'm gonna
I
You
tell
know
him
see.
what?
I
I
don't like that.
listen. Hold on, time out.
Or
I
it's the
think
way
that's
I'm gonna say.
different.
I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
Listen,
can
you
you
know,
completely.
can you
That's
ease
I
up,
think
or
completely.
that's
can you do
different,
something?
but I do agree with you.
No,
I
That's
do
what I'm
listen.
agree
saying. But
because
it's
I'm
the
No,
trying to
same
no.
get somewhere
principle. So
tonight, not tomorrow.
Since well,
right,
that the
but the
context,
principle,
the sexual context
but
is
Right.
it's still the same,
right.
Leroy.
No, what I'm
Even
saying
if
Because I'm trying to get somewhere right now. So I need
what
you to
I'm
do
saying is
this.
certain principles don't apply to all things, and that's the truth.
okay, and just like you said, how your principle or how you feel or you deal with situations don't apply to everybody either.
I know.
Because
I
you the way
right.
because
No,
you
no.
feel like
I didn't
okay, so
disagree
you
with you.
it's the same thing though.
No,
But if
no,
I
I
say I don't
agree.
like and I said it kindly that I don't like teddy bears, actually I hate it, and I said, oh, this is cute, but I really don't like teddy bears. Actually, I hate teddy bears. But I do love is plants. I don't feel like that was me being rude. I don't feel like I needed to wait until tomorrow or the next week to tell him that.
I don't think you
That's
have to
and
just
wait till
me.
tomorrow.
also, when you gave me that teddy bear, and my reaction was not what you were expecting, because my reaction to teddy bears and live plants are going to be completely different.
Yeah,
When
because
you
it's
when you didn't observe that the first time, that's concerning.
right, because
The
this the
second
teddy
time,
bear.
that's concerning.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Wow,
hey,
Oh,
you know,
this is the
cute.
plant.
hey,
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like it's
And
a big difference.
I believe that it is the delivery in
You
which
know
you
what's
give it. It's
interesting
not
about
like I said,
all of
"How
this?
dare you give me this?" Don't nobody like
What's
no
that?
carnations, you cheap bastard. I didn't say I don't like carnations. Give me calla lilies next time.
Well,
I said I don't like. I'm not a fan. This
Hey,
and
my
I.
homeboy getting ready to
you know
drop
what's
some
funny?
knowledge on you.
what I'm
Go
trying
ahead,
to tell you,
homeboy.
what I'm trying to say is, I believe that
You
what you're saying
know,
about the delivery matters, right? What I'm saying is, with what through my experience, the delivery does not matter. And so I guess the bigger question is, how do you show up for people when when to them the delivery matters? Is it do you choose to say, well, hey, because it don't matter to me, then I'm gonna just say it the way I gotta say it, or don't deal with me, or do you make that adjustment because of the fact that you
Okay.
know
Now
that
I have a question.
Me too.
Why do I have to make the adjustment, but you don't?
Well,
I
that's
have
a
to adjust according
well,
to how
I want to
you
say this.
accept things,
that's a
No,
good
but you don't
question.
have to adjust to how what I want. Like,
hold on, time. What I'm trying to say is
Leroy, I understand your question. That's a good question.
what I what I'm
yeah,
what
Yes.
I'm trying to say is it doesn't have to be a either or type of situation.
Yeah.
It could be a both and,
Yeah.
because there's going to be other times where a person is going to make that same adjustment for you in a different scenario. So throughout this whole relationship, you make those same adjustments together. So it's not so if it's just about in this situation, I need to have it my way. You can't have it your way. Then whoever have it their way.
Leroy, but I would, me personally, I'm just gonna back up. I wouldn't know he felt that way until I do it and see his reaction.
Mm.
If he has a negative reaction to how I handled it, I will definitely handle it different. Be considerate and take in consideration of how he felt in that moment. And I would make sure that I wouldn't do it that way again.
You can
The
talk
next
to
time
okay,
he
me.
does something I don't like, I would probably grab
It
and
already happened.
and
grin and
deal
bear
with
it.
it
Mm-hmm.
and try to work it into a conversation later on. But if I don't know that and I'm doing it the first time, there's no way for me to tell that. But I
Well,
would
there
definitely be
there are
considerate.
examples of,
Agreed.
and I do this in my own relationship.
I was speaking in the
Still to
context
this
of knowing.
still to this day, where I
Speaking
say
of what?
I was saying I
where
was speaking in the context of knowing. My bad, Chuck. I just wanted to
this, you're all
respond.
good.
Oh,
I'm just and your question was a really really good question, actually, because it actually gets to the point of there are things that you have to do in relationships to ensure that your happiness is reflective of the other person's happiness as well. There's this like compromise and there's this give and take. So it's the both and that you were talking about.
Yeah.
And in this context as well, it's also there are things in my relationship where I say, hey, I'm doing this for me. This is what your reaction needs to be. Because this is what I need as a reaction in the moment. And then I get that back. Like there needs to be a form of communication where I think we're all trying to get to. Is someone snapping or is someone like popping
ST3,
something?
can you not do that?
And so I just realized you got an afro.
Hello.
Testing the mic.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, I think
And it's with the left hand.
my
You
bad.
wanna know why?
I
Because
know what he did.
it's because our heart is on the left side and our hearts beats for justice and liberation.
Oh, okay,
So that's why it's always with the left hand.
Oh, okay, well, thank you.
Gotcha.
ST, what you was finna say? I think that's why he was snapping because he was trying to talk and he wanted to make sure.
I just wanted to make sure the audio was working properly.
No, we can't see you, and it's the same for Leroy. So we can't see your mouth
But
moving.
I answered that on the private message that we can't.
Yeah, that's why I was testing to see if it was picking up the sound. That was
okay.
So
can you all hear me fine?
And I agree with what Swella said in that if I know that he's going to, I'm very malleable when it comes. I'm accommodating. I know how to adjust. But if I don't know, like if I don't know that's how you're going to react, then how
right? But
if I know, then I'm not gonna be like, no.
No.
I will accommodate and make and talk to you so that I'm talking to you tomorrow.
But listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying I ain't saying I don't believe that. I'm saying before I made that statement, that wasn't y'all responses. Your immediate responses to when I said, "What if he feel this way?" was, "Well, I gotta say it this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this." It wasn't until we got to the point of looking at it from the angle of, showing up for the answers shifted from, well, if I know and I can make these adjustments. Before it was I ain't making no adjustments. So
before it was I'm going to say it how I said it.
Right, that's not making that's not making an adjustment.
That was not after
we didn't know
not after it had happened a few times.
Yeah. Right, and you didn't say it was from the reference of we knowing that's how he react until you said that to Chubby just 3 minutes ago. We didn't know it was. We knew that he would react like that.
The statement that I made, I said, what if because I gave the example of me saying it in that context and people being offended, and I said, so what if this I said, what if a person felt this particular way? And so that's y'all knowing. You knew he felt that way, and then y'all responded based on what you knew how they felt.
Okay, well then my apologies. I heard it wrong.
Right.
But again, my comment still stands. I'm gonna say it the first time how I feel. If he got a negative reaction behind it, I'll adjust and make sure I won't do it again. But if I know off the bat, if we having a conversation, I'm like, hey, did you buy anybody a gift that they didn't like, and then they told you they didn't like it? I'm like, I'm not gonna be.
You agree? No.
Conversation like that.
No. Yeah, because you wouldn't know ahead of time until you got into those moments. Just like I ain't know ahead of time until I got into those moments.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't try to paint us to be out the bad. Trying to paint us to be the bad person.
Listen, I didn't put a label on it. Y'all put a label on it.
But the bell I do got is so cute though. It's a little cute one, but it's up there collecting a dust bunny.
Mine in the trash somewhere. Anyway. Question. Do people really want change?
Change in what?
Change
when it comes to relationships, not money, because they'll be furniture.
Depends on the change.
Because I said I was having this conversation with a group of dudes, and I was like, I'm fine with change. And they're like, oh please, nobody's fine with change. I'm like, how you gonna tell me I'm not fine with change? Everybody changes.
What kind of change?
Whatever change. What kind of change are you not like? With going in a relationship, like I don't know why they're not on camera.
Who said that?
Somebody on camera.
That's why I was like, who said that? Because why they not on camera? That
Somebody,
means
he is on camera. Yes. So I was like, so change when it comes to you're in a relationship, and as you grow together, you change. Like people change, and people are like, oh no, people don't want change. People don't like change. I'm like, I expect change. If you're not changing, something wrong with you. You're crazy.
it's great to change together. I mean, if you're going to change, because one person stayed the same, another person changing, that's when I feel like the relationship start drifting.
Well, I think that's okay. In my opinion, it's when the change is unexpected and the person is not a part of that journey. So I'm going to make an example of like a job change or like a company change. When the company makes a decision that affects most employees that have no idea what's happening, it's the employees that have no idea what's happening that have the biggest problem or the biggest issue. But the folks who are part of the decision and that feel that they have decision making power, they don't have necessarily a lot of issues with it, and so they know how to navigate through it. And so it's all about communication on whatever the change might be.
So
Mm-hmm.
you would relate that in a relationship, and
Yeah.
what you know what I'm saying? How do you practically filter that thought out in the relationship?
So if my I'm being very like off the cuff right now because it
And
was a
but let me tell you why I'm
Are we
asking.
talking about change or are we talking about adapting?
I think it's
Changing.
both
People
and, right?
change.
Because is adaptation not a part of like an
Yeah.
ever,
Yeah, it is.
changing growth of things, right? And so an example of that would be if uh, one person is like, hey, internally they're saying, I want to be more physically fit, right? And they turn into She-Hulk all of a sudden. Um, and the other person was not a part of that journey. And they don't have to be a part of the decision because first of all, it's not their decision if they want to be whatever that case may be, but they do need to be a part of their journey. I can see how that could make someone feel um, like maybe I wanted to go to the gym with you more. Maybe I wanted to do healthier eating habits. Maybe I wanted to bench press 400 pounds, right? Like it could be that. But I do think if someone is surprised by what the change is, that's where it's kind of detrimental.
I think gradual change. I guess I don't know if I'm about to say the same thing, but overnight change, no. A
That's why I
gradual
said,
change,
what
like
kind of
say you
change are we
don't,
talking about?
you open the door, you start opening the door, and then gradually as you get older, you're not opening the door as much. I get it, you're old. The knees don't move like they used to. Get in the car before you fall. But if you're like, if you do flowers, we're dating, you do flowers every week, and then all of a sudden you just stop. That's a change that's weird to me. Like, why did you cut that out? What album?
But why?
Why what?
Why is that?
I think that was just an example, though.
That's
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's just an
I
example.
get the
Thank you.
example. I'm trying to.
I think that is a change of inconsistency. You become inconsistent at that point.
Got it.
I think that's what to answer that question real quick. That's
And have you not noticed the patterns in that moment of? Have you not said to yourself, if this actually changes, I would be okay with it?
so one more time.
I'm trying to figure out like the longevity of the change, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so if someone gives you flowers for 30 years for a week, and just based off the example, right? In your mind, after year one, if you said, you know what, if they stop giving me flowers every week, I'm going to be okay with that. But year 30, it would be an issue if they would just automatically stop giving you flowers. You wouldn't have sat in that a little bit.
Like over 30 years, a conversation would have been had about some. So these flowers gonna stop coming, woman, because you
For
expensive.
the sake of the example,
That would be weird. That would be something that I
right?
would be like, what's going on? Go ahead, D.
So, from what I gather from, like, because I've heard this from several men as well. Men get into relationships with women hoping that they never change, and women get into relationships hoping that they can change the man.
Okay.
That's something. That's
Wait, say
something
that one more
that.
time. Say that one more time.
Well, where women get into a relationship where they're trying to change a man, like hoping that he will be this person, dating potential, hoping that they will change. Men get into relationships with women hoping that they never change. For example, a man gets into a relationship with a woman, and then she's very small, petite, and then like within a year she gains like 40 pounds. They don't accept that change.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not entirely true. It depends on factors. If it's a physical thing, like what you said, if gaining weight, that's one thing. But if it's like, you know, personality, like
What
if
if
your
she
personality is
okay, but
one
what
way,
if she's ambitious when you meet her, and then when you get married to her, she suddenly doesn't want to work?
Or
Or
if she makes more money
well,
than you.
ambition
or
doesn't
you have
necessarily
sex
have to come in work.
regularly, or y'all have sex regularly before y'all get married, and then y'all get married and y'all don't have sex as much. That changes fine, right?
Yeah, I mean that's a problem, definitely.
Why?
But like I
What?
said, it's not.
No.
It's
Yeah, that's a
change.
problem.
How is that a problem?
That's a, if somebody's giving you regular sex and then they change it up, I mean that's a problem.
If somebody give me regular
But at
flowers
least
and they
for
change,
me, at least for me, But then again, like I said, it's not entirely true. But it just depends on the person. Number one,
I mean, it
it
depends
really
on what
depends
you
on the
value.
so
person.
why is it bad if somebody's giving me regular flowers and then they stop, but it's bad if somebody's giving you regular sex and they stop?
I don't think
Well,
it's.
it's not. I
I
don't
don't
think
think
it's
it's
either
bad.
or.
I think it's subjective to the person because
That's right.
Correct.
It
Right.
is.
Correct.
Because it
Exactly.
depends
It's
on
Come
what you
subjective,
on.
value
right?
more.
Come on.
one person
It's
might
because
like more
if
than flowers. Another person might like flowers
if
more than
if,
sex.
Right.
if my love language is physical touch, then I expect physicality. I expect the
Sex is
touching. I
not
expect it
always
to lead.
y'all need to read the
But
book.
it could lead
If you're
to.
going to talk
Hold
about
on, hold
love
on, sir.
languages,
Let me
read the
finish.
book.
Let me finish.
Read the
Let me
book.
finish.
Read the book.
Physical touch leads to sex. Okay,
That's
sis.
not
Not
true.
always.
Not
Read
If
the
you let,
always.
book. Read the
Not
book.
yeah, for
Read
me,
the
It's not.
book.
for somebody, for me, it does. For me, it does. It does.
So if
So,
somebody
like once
shakes
again,
your
we got
hand,
to
so
interject
so
it.
so so if Bob shakes your hand, you're having sex.
Hello.
No,
Physical touch.
no.
They banging it out in the
I said
bathroom.
physical.
That's what I
I
heard.
said physical. I said physical touch
Listen,
leads to sex, but it's subjective. Now y'all just trying to play childish with what I'm saying.
No, you
no,
just
That's
because
what
said
y'all
no,
it
doing.
because
You
does for
listen,
said
you.
it.
You literally said
I
it
think,
does for
I,
you.
I,
It
I
I
think,
know.
leads to
I
I,
sex.
think,
Chef didn't even let me finish. Chef
y'all
didn't
knew.
even let me finish my thought.
Y'all knew that
My
man was
bad. My
right in
bad.
the
can
context
I?
of
Chef didn't even let me finish the topic
I
my
said my
thought
bad.
before he interjected
My
and
bad.
said,
Go ahead,
I'm
go
just
ahead, finish.
saying.
Go ahead,
So
finish.
now you're taking perspective of Chef's thought and making it mine, which is not the case.
What are you talking about?
Number, but I digress. I go back to what I was saying. For me, my love language, I guess, is quality time and physical touch. So if the person that I'm spending time with, you touch me in the places that I like to be touched. Yes, it will lead to sex for me. But that's not to say that Bob shakes my hand, I'm going to leave. No, because that's not. I'm not into Bob. I'm not into Bob's. I'm into
A lot
Mary.
of times when you first, a lot of times when you first start dating somebody, there's no sex, right? When you go into,
Mm,
if you're a person who likes physical touch, like for example, a woman can do something simple as oh, like when they're talking to you, they're touching your arm, or that's physical touch, and that doesn't always lead to
yeah,
sex. Like so, because some people that's their love language. Because some people don't do the whole physical touch thing. They don't touch you. They like personal space. So it's that
maybe
that's
not
what
for you.
that's the aspect of physical touch doesn't always have to do with sex.
I didn't say it did.
Okay.
I
I'm sorry.
didn't.
I might have
I
heard
didn't
something
say that.
differently.
I didn't
I
say that.
might have heard
I
something
didn't say
differently.
that. Well, you
You said
interrupted
physical
me, so
touch
you
leads
didn't
to
hear what
sex.
I was trying to say.
Okay,
I said
which I
physical touch
apologize
leads to
for.
sex.
But did you not say physical
Right.
touch leads to sex? I heard that.
It leads to.
And then
Did I say physical touch
and then
lead?
you also
Did I say
said
Yes,
physical
when
you
it
touch
comes
did.
to
leads
me
to
it
sex
does.
at a hundred
Yes, you
percent
Yes.
did.
rate?
When it comes to me
Did
it
I say
does.
that? Did I say
You
that it
said
leads
for
to sex at a
you.
hundred percent rate?
We
Chelsea, you
getting away.
said for you at least.
Come on now.
We getting
You
away from
said
the
that for
topic.
you. At least that to that for you.
Yeah, at
For
least the
me it
sex. But
does.
did I say
For me it
100% of the
does.
time? Did I
But
say 100% of
how
the
you
time?
said it, but how you
I said
said
it
it, you
leads.
assume.
Yeah,
That is
okay.
no,
You
I'm
didn't have
sorry.
to put a percentage on
Pause.
it. How you said
Assume. Make an ass out of
Pause.
you.
Pause.
It's not
When
me.
you were speaking, I'm gonna speak now. When you
no,
were
you need to
speaking,
be a
you
little more
literally
clarity.
said, hold on, Spoiler. You said that physical touch, quality time leads to sex. Danielle and myself said, not always. And you said, for me it
For
does.
me, it
For
does.
me it does. For me it does. And then we said, then I
Oh, that's
said,
what I said.
so
Okay.
if
That's
That is
what
we,
you
literally what you
said.
if
said.
it were
You
Bob
did
and
All right.
say
Bob
that.
Okay.
touched you, are you going to
Now
do
you
the
That's
Okay.
same?
literally
changed.
what you
That's
said.
But did I say that it leads? Did I say that it leads 100% of the time? Did I say that?
for me it does.
Yeah,
For
You
me
don't.
it
Did I
does.
did I
yeah.
For
give
me
you did
it
I
does.
okay?
Yes, you
Did I
did.
give you a percentage of how many times that happened?
Wait,
Are you
wait
I
a
didn't give
minute.
a
serious?
Wait.
percentage either.
No, you did.
Okay.
They
I'm
did.
very
Okay.
serious.
They
Nobody
did
is
say
Realist,
not
serious.
go
all.
ahead.
They
The
did
realist,
say
go
not
ahead.
I
all the
said not
time.
all the time, and you said
You
for
said
me
for
it
me
does.
it
So
does.
that for me, that's
We're
the
not
I
gonna
didn't
interpretation
say
entertain
for
that.
of
me.
the
Okay.
100% of the
D
Okay.
time.
D
You
D
did say for me it does.
Danielle, we're not gonna entertain that anymore.
All
Okay.
right. Yeah, let's
Right.
back away from it.
Okay.
The
Okay.
realist, did you have something you wanted to say, love?
Nah. I'm straight.
Oh my goodness.
Let's keep it pushing.
Okay, so I'm glad you're on mute right now. I'm so glad you're muted.
But
So
it depends to me, it depends on what the change is. Because with my ex, we were talking every day, even while he was at work. Then all of a sudden, like after a year and a half, he couldn't talk to me while he was at work. Mind you, he'd been on this job for 10 years, so it was a high possibility. So, I'm questioning, like looking at it like, what's going on? Like,
I like you
what's the
make that
switch
face.
up?
Sorry, go ahead.
What's the switch up? So that change, I didn't really care for,
Appreciate it.
because I was so used to him and I talking all the time, even while he's at work. So I guess it just
Consistency.
depends on the change,
Exactly.
on how we
Exactly.
move.
And then it also depends on the reason for the
For the
change.
change.
You're not getting me
Correct.
flowers anymore because
Maybe
we
money's tight.
have like some house plants. We don't need flowers anymore. Okay. Or you don't do something because we're trying to save for something else. Okay, I get it. But just out the blue and for no decent
Right.
reason, that's the issue. But a gradual change, you're not opening my door because let's say we're in our 90s and you don't open my door anymore. It's probably because your bones are weak, boo, and I open the door for you. That's expected. But cutting something off, that's not no. But the thing was is
You gonna be strong enough to open the door for him, huh?
no, I'm just saying, Leroy. You know we gonna push that one button where the door open automatically. I got you, boo. You know what? You get what I'm saying. But and yeah, shoot, hopefully, yeah, I'm be strong enough. Let me go do my Pilates.
Yeah, that
But
part.
the thing was is people
Yeah,
are
that
like
part.
change. People don't like change, and I'm fine with the change because again, if you're not changing, something is you're a robot and
Yeah.
you're tender.
See, when I hear change, I hear it could be good change and bad change.
Right.
So when I'm thinking about, I think about evolving and then versus adapting. That's what I think about in change. But when you say change, it means you're changing. You're not. You can change consistency, like you're not consistent anymore. Like certain like those kind of things change. Like so, I get a different connotation when you say, "Oh, change."
But you know what? I'm fine with both kind of changes because one change shows the real you, and one change shows the evolving of you, right? So if we're dating, and let's say you're opening my door, and then you stop opening my door, okay, so you were pretending before. Now I know. That's how I don't know me in silence. That's how I would feel like, oh, okay, so you were just doing it just to pretend like this is what you do, or is this actually who you are? So I'm cool
He
with
probably just didn't like it. He probably just doing it to please you, but he probably didn't.
Well, but that was the
He
point
probably
of
really didn't
pretending.
That's
like
Yeah,
doing that.
that's her point.
yeah,
That's
Well,
her
Agree.
I
point.
don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessarily pretending. I think is more so that
then if I
you
like it, why
admire.
don't you keep doing it?
Well,
so
that's
that's
on
the
the
Exactly.
person.
So
so
why don't you
If
that's
keep
that's
the
doing
that
it?
that's
that goes to
the
the person.
I think yeah, that's the point where I'm like, if
What?
I didn't hear that, like, oh, I love that you do that. Like I also think some of this is experimentation, right? We're understanding what the other person may like or what they may not like, and if there's no visceral reaction to something, then why continue to do it?
You mean if there's no appreciation, no
Right.
feedback?
No, I don't think it's that. It doesn't. Appreciation, I think, is like thank you for always doing this. An acknowledgement is what I'm probably
Like visceral
referring to.
reaction is an
Okay.
approval reaction.
Well, like, oh,
I get what you're saying.
I love that you open the doors for me every single time, versus like, thanks for opening the door.
Right, but if
Like,
somebody opens the door for me, I show appreciation.
if
Even when I'm
someone,
at
How?
if
Yeah,
someone,
How?
if
I can
someone
vouch for
says
that. I
bless
can
you
vouch
every
for
time if someone says bless you when I sneeze, I show appreciation. But if they don't, it doesn't matter to me.
right.
So appreciation is different than a reaction of like, I really love this.
No, I show reaction. I don't be like, oh, thanks. Even when I go to the gym and somebody opens the door for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. That's so kind of you.
What about the person you're dating?
What?
If the person, what about the person you're dating? If the person you're dating opens the door for you
I literally just
constantly,
said I do that even
can I
with
can I finish? Can I
no,
finish saying what I'm
can't
gonna say?
because I
No.
answered that question already.
Okay.
No, I literally said even with the person who opens the door. But go ahead, ask the question. I just will answer it again. Go for it. I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. Go.
That's a fair question. So even with a person you see every single day, more hours than anyone else, every time they open up the door for you, you're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you, in a genuine, kind way.
No, it's not every single time, but it is often enough so that you know how much I do appreciate it. It's not like once every 4 months and I'm not going to do it every single day,
Right.
but I'm going to do it more often than not.
It's
Yeah.
just like how a man wouldn't say thank you every time you have sex with him.
Well, why would he say? Why would he say thank you? Why wouldn't he say you
I
welcome?
say you're welcome.
Yeah. Why
Every
would
time?
Every
Not
time.
you're
why
welcome.
would you say
You're
you
welcome.
welcome?
No.
Oh, man, gotta say now. If you was talking about, you was doing a little something extra every time, then I could say
What's a little something extra?
humming. Oh.
But what I don't understand, because
He said,
the
oh.
experience is supposed to be the experience. So what's a little something extra?
Let me say this.
Like they pay you afterwards? Like what's up?
No. I'll say this.
Teabag.
Teabag.
Come on, you know what I'm saying? That's not an all the time thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a, you feel me? You can't.
Sensually, you surprise me every week.
She cuz know me.
Every week.
You say something sideways every time. Like just
Hey, I've been like this for a minute. We talk about 2-3 pieces when people ain't even know what it was. And a swallow. Am I lying? People ain't even know what it was. So yeah, man. It's just that's why you know what I'm talking about. It's just certain things extra that Trent, you be like, man, I appreciate that one. You did me right on that one right there.
I can't with this.
That's super fair. That actually is very fair. That is actually very fair.
We're not doing it.
Fortunately.
Yeah, I can't even argue back. I like to argue with Leroy, and I can't even argue back with that one.
You know what I'm talking about, y'all right? Talking about experience. Yeah, every experience.
My fault for asking the question to the moderator. My fault.
Yeah, I know. Y'all know in different occasions, come on, you see what I'm saying? Y'all, come on, y'all done had occasional sex before. Don't act like I ain't the only one.
Had a who?
Occasional sex.
Special occasion sex.
Oh.
Different occasions. Yeah, they ain't got to be special.
I love his laugh.
Okay.
What does it say? When you right, you right.
You're right. You're right.
When you right, you right.
Come on.
I've never seen on this panel of the quickest agreement to anything ever.
Well, unfortunately, Stelson got off, so we might have so that
he would have been.
disagree. But
Oh goodness.
I guess because y'all weren't let him talk, he got off. Anyway, real quick, to Mr. Two Piece, what is your love language?
Physical touch and acts of service. Was it acts of
Oh,
service? Yeah, acts
yeah.
of physical touch.
And
Interesting.
yours,
No,
get out
no,
of
no,
here.
no, 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 not acts of service because I don't like when people words of affirmation. Words of
Oh
affirmation,
yeah, I see that for
physical
you.
touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am very
I see.
bilingual. We actually went through
Did you say
year
Not
bilingual?
bilingual.
yeah.
If you don't talk to me like a regular person, you know what? Talk to me like you
So
talk to
we
me and
went
family get
through
together.
we actually went through the conference and the retreat together. And so with the creator of Love
Love five,
Languages.
That's what
love
money
languages.
looks like, y'all. That's what money looks like.
So so I am I am bilingual
I had a
and I
knockoff.
am bilingual and I'm words of affirmation and quality time. I'm so over. This is when I had no money. This was back in 2014.
He went to the conference with anyway.
Retreat.
You know, and I went to Rich Dad Poor Dad with.
It was a
Robert
retreat.
Kiyosaki.
It wasn't a conference. It was
A
50
retreat.
people versus
That's more
500.
expensive. Anywho, okay, so okay, I can see words of affirmation and definitely physical.
Hey, Chell say money ain't get him in the door. Money ain't get him in the door.
Yeah.
You let them know.
Come on, cuz I heard what you were saying.
Thank you.
It wasn't the money. It was favor.
Hello. Because that's not what got me in.
Come on.
It wasn't that
favor.
money.
Wasn't the money.
I also and which in that, since we're talking about the love languages, it was so interesting because you hear the 5 and you're like, oh, it has to be these 5 things, and it unpacks so much of there are just like black isn't a monolith, neither is love.
I said
I'm sorry, I wasn't on it when you said it. My
no,
bad.
because I said my love language is attentive. Be attentive to me.
Yeah.
Pay attention to what I like and don't like. What I
Yeah, I
need.
like
How
that.
about
too.
you said consistency?
I like that too,
Consistency and
Brandon.
attentiveness. Those two are
Yeah.
that's
And
for
so-
me. That's my love language. And somebody
Yeah,
was
I
like,
agree.
that's not a love language.
I
I said,
agree.
how you gonna tell me what my love language is?
And
'Cause
so
you
what
know
I
what?
learned through that, like what I learned, and we still use it to this day. This was, we've been together 15 years, and to this day, which means you're older. So
First of all,
we've been
elders.
Wait, hello. I respect, very much respect. But even to this day, we go back to, oh, remember how there are nuances and there are still new learnings, because one of the things Gary Chapman said was, there are some things yet discovered. And what you said to your attentiveness, it may not have been in the formula then, but now it's in the formula because you said it, because now it's important. And the consistency portion of it, it wasn't named in the formula, but now it's a part of it. And so I think there's, and I think the love languages can be used as weapons as well.
I agree.
Yeah. People
Right.
do it all
How
the time.
so?
Absolutely.
Well,
Dang. Did somebody
and when ST3
You know my
comes
love
back
language
on here,
is physical touch, and you ain't touching me.
right? When ST3, I was just about to say, when ST3 comes
you
back
sound
on
like you
here,
had that happen to you, Leroy.
Listen, I've been a part of all types of
Manizing.
manizing abuse. I wasn't woke then. I was asleep.
come on, Walt.
Hey, whoa.
They was
Stay
beating
woke.
me. They was knocking me out while I was knocked out. Ain't that something?
Ain't that so?
What?
Sweet.
Not the referee not stepping in.
Yeah,
Look,
I ain't had no help.
but what you said, that's a great example. I was going to say when ST3 is not, I wish you were on here for this, on the fact that, like, not physical touch means the same thing to everyone. And it could be taken out of context and it can be abusive in certain situations. And to dive into that example a little bit more, physical touch could simply mean to someone, when we're asleep in bed together, your foot's touching mine. I know you're there, so I'm safe.
Right. Chubb, I'm I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. You know what I'm saying? You trigger something, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you, because I need to clarify. When I speak of physical touch, I'm not talking about uh the only head I'm talking about rubbing on.
Oh Lord. Okay,
Just,
got it. Thank you.
so you know what I'm saying?
Got it.
No, I'm
Got
saying
it.
I'm saying that because I'm dating this chick and she asked me, what's my love language? What's your love language? And you know me, I said something slick. Why? It ain't like you care you. It ain't like you're gonna follow through anyways. I'm just being me.
Yeah.
Whoa. Did you really say that? Because when we did the teddy bear situation,
Bring it
when I
back,
gave
sis.
that scenario,
Oops.
you wasn't now you y'all know what I'm trying to say. So
Yeah, hold on.
you went on ahead and said that brutally to her, and you
I'm
didn't take into
gonna tell y'all
consideration.
something. I'm gonna tell y'all. Let me tell y'all something.
He said it 4 weeks later.
Remember, I told you in the moment. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know, you don't know. But I'm gonna tell you how I knew it wasn't offensive to her, because she started laughing. Because she know that's me. I'm gonna say something slick. That's just what I am. So,
But you did it anyway. Then that was her reaction to it.
No. What I'm saying is she didn't have a problem. What I'm saying is she didn't have a problem with it. I don't understand. Y'all, what it sound like is what it sound like to me is y'all had a problem with what was said, and y'all reacting in a way that she didn't react. She didn't have a problem with it.
No, Leroy, this is the thing. When you told her, why would I tell you that? You're not gonna do it anyway. You didn't even think that, or if I say that might hurt her feelings if she tries, because she's trying to figure out what my love language is. But yeah, you're not telling her, you're not giving her the information, but you gave her that.
I didn't think whether or not it was gonna hurt her feelings or not.
Right. So when we gave the scenario, Brandon and I was talking about, we'll address it right then. That was a problem.
It wasn't a problem. I never said it was I said, is there a better way to address that? Now, if y'all are asking me, is there a better way to address that particular situation in that moment? Yeah, I could have not been joking with her when I said that, but what I'm saying is it wasn't a problem for her because she knew this was my personality. So so her and I do friendly banter like that. So no, I wasn't thinking it was gonna hurt her feelings, because as we grew into the relationship, she knew that's how I spoke. I did stuff like that, and it wasn't offensive to her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So therefore, you could say something to her in the moment,
right?
No matter what.
Right. As long as
saying, I don't really like this teddy bear.
Yeah, or yeah.
And that person with the teddy bear situation, I can say that in the moment with him.
Listen, one time I told her she smelled bad.
Oh. He said it's an X, right? That's what I heard.
If she wasn't then, she is now.
When you say, well, let's back up. When you say smelled bad,
we need to talk, man.
Yeah, like she
between the legs.
No, she was musty. She had
Is it after she just worked out?
Right.
It don't matter when it was. The fact that
the context matters.
No. What? See, what I keep you know what? That's why I keep realizing. That y'all is offended by what I'm communicating.
No, the context matters.
No, what y'all saying that y'all want to know whether if she was just a musty person or was it after the gym?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this was after the gym.
Okay.
Then nobody's getting offended from that.
Yeah, girl, you stink.
But if you like going on a date and if you going on a date with her and be like, girl, you smell musty.
Oh my gosh.
Then that can be taken a different way.
I mean, I guess I see my relationships a little different, because if like I tell
so do we.
I didn't say I ain't got nothing wrong with how y'all see it. Golly. You stuck on that, boy. I try to tell you. Let it go. Let it go. Trying to say, you don't got further away from what I was trying to get
Oh,
to.
look,
It's full of steady digging. She's steady.
I almost choked on my apple, man.
Let it go.
I mean,
But what I was saying was,
because it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
And when you say.
And when you say it. The
what
context
I was
matters.
trying to tell y'all was with the physical touch. So, she like started just kind of touching me on my arm, and I'm like, all right, the setup coming. Maybe it's just a setup. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me give her time and space to do her little thing. So I'm just chilling in. So for like a whole hour, all she did was rub on my arm. So I looked at her and I'm like, what's up?
What
She
it's gonna be?
Yeah, I'm like, what's going on? You straight? She was like, yeah, you said you like physical touch. I said, girl. So I'm saying that to say you gotta be specific when you say, you like physical touch. You need to say specifically where you need to be, where you want to be, what type of physical touch that you like. You know what I'm saying? So that way you ain't got to go through an hour of somebody rubbing on your arm when you want them to rub on the other arm.
So,
she was rubbing on the wrong arm. I'm trying to
so first of all, let me say this. Let me say.
Why?
I'm gonna say you better represent. Do your thing. Hallelujah. Also, the other thing is there are multiple facets of physical touch and multiple facets in general of all the love languages. Physical touch to you doesn't always mean what you're saying in this context. And I think there's a deeper dive in what we need to.
I was expecting him to say something.
No.
Okay.
What?
Like
I'm not gonna say for me it does. What I am gonna say is you are absolutely right, because I do enjoy my arm being rubbed and my body being held at the same time. So I do enjoy that part.
Really had to think about
it.
Which arm?
You want to play Little Spoon? It's okay, Leroy. It's okay.
Randy was like,
he likes Little Spoon.
Like I enjoy, you know what I'm saying, like skin to skin contact. I definitely enjoy. I'm
gonna choke this apple, man.
What'd you say, Leroy? Your other one was
words of affirmation.
No,
words of affirmation. Yeah. So like, okay. Yeah. So if I get that, if they rub on my arm and my back and talk to me in my ear, I'm done. Oh, I'm done.
Okay, so
but that's not. But what are they saying in your ear? That's the difference.
Strong.
But it's so many facets on each one of the love languages that people can go down. Like he like the words of affirmation, somebody talk dirty to him. But do you also like for one?
Hey, Swella, I ain't even have to tell you what she had to say. You already knew.
Because we know.
Lord.
Talk to me nice.
Lord.
Oh my goodness. So Leroy, do you like the words of affirmation when somebody say you're handsome? Thank you for doing this.
Oh yeah.
Like that also?
A great provider.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest. That do make me feel. I'm learning to accept that because it's hard. Somebody tried to tell me that when I was, and I just couldn't accept it. I'd be like, oh no, I appreciate it, whatever. Because I ain't never want to let stuff like that get to my head to where I become conceited and it become a thing where it's an expectation instead of appreciation. So I try to do my best to downplay it, and I realized in the midst of me doing that, I was really hurting myself in terms of just being able to receive those words in my spirit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now when people say it, you know, like when somebody say, "Man, you handsome," it does make me. It makes me feel very well.
Okay.
Oh, welcome back.
We like all types of words of affirmation. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, cause even with
But
like physical,
I prefer the dirty ones.
Oh no.
you power driving that back end. That's what you
Yeah,
want to hear.
Oh my god. Someone put Swell
Swallow,
on
please
mute.
don't you ever in your
Someone
mic.
put Swell on mute.
In your mic.
Swella, you on a roll tonight. You on a
Someone
roll
put Swell
tonight,
on mute.
Swella.
This is live. Someone put her on mute.
Swella, you are on a roll tonight.
Not
First we talking about
not
teabagging, and now we
pile,
talking about back end.
not pile
Jesus.
driving the back end.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway.
Wow.
Hey, it's the pile driver for
So-
me.
That's what I heard. Wow.
This conversation took a U-turn.
There goes.
We just drove all the way off the cliff.
It always happens at some point. It goes
All
left.
the way off the.
It goes left. We were right on.
We went over the overpass, just went right over.
No, I was just thinking like gift giving, like people who like gifts. Somebody made like a purse. Somebody may want a trip. Like I guess it's different levels to gift giving.
Yeah, it is.
So you know,
trip.
Somebody might not be happy with a wallet. They want if you're
on.
gonna give them a wallet, give them $1,000 in
money.
the wallet.
Come
Also,
on,
right?
come on. Now that's a gift.
Oh, y'all so crazy.
And I
It's
feel
you, by
like,
the way. By the way, we're not crazy. You said pile driving the back end. Nobody else said that.
why do we repeat it? Why do we repeat it, Chuck?
My bad. Because that's what I heard. Now I got to look it up.
Oh goodness.
Anywho, and I don't know if you've been watching, but it went left. We're talking about love languages, and then your words of affirmations went left.
Let me ask Ashley then.
Left.
I mean, if you don't mind, moderator.
Go for it. Left.
Ashley, if someone's giving you something that you do not like, at what point do you tell them that you don't like it?
And how?
And how? I guess like Britt said.
I don't know. So they gave me a gift, and I'm like, oh, I don't like this. I think I would gauge it on how excited they were to give me the gift. They were like they thought they got me a really good gift, and they're like excited to give it to me. I think I will hold off.
That's thoughtful.
Yeah. So
Come on, Ash. Come on, Ash. You're the only one. Let me not say that.
That's
No.
not true.
First of all,
we
Come on, Ash.
said that.
Because I said
Ash. Come through, Ash.
No,
Leroy.
we literally
yeah.
said. We literally said if it's the fourth time of you giving me this gift that I don't want teddy bears. Third, fourth time, I'm gonna say something.
Right. The first time,
And I also
chimed
chimed
with a smile.
I also chimed in and said folks gauge it off of who the other person is, and so if right. So we talked about that. Don't show out in front of your new friend right now.
Yeah, you did.
I said you said that.
You did talk about it, but Ash, he was the only one. Ash, you was the only one who responded and thought about the other person's feelings, and I see when she asked you, I said Ash gonna say it the way I see it. You know what I'm saying? She gonna think about the because, and I appreciate that we connect like that,
Leroy.
Cause your two older sisters.
Leroy, now you lying.
Now you lying.
Now you lying.
Your two older sisters. Good
now
Lord.
you're lying. And I wish your camera was on so I could tell you to your face.
They was gonna tell them right there to their face in the moment. You hear what I'm saying? Cause
that is not what we said.
Oh yeah, you know what? You right. That wasn't the only thing they said. They added more to it. I just gave you the condensed version of it.
Anyway, we're not going to backtrack. I just want to see what Ashley's response would be. And that was the first time. But Ashley, so if you gonna hold off, right? Do you tell him before he gets it, do it the same thing again, or do you wait until he see if he gonna do it again?
Or do you accept it and wait for the next day to say something?
I would accept it, and I would say something later on after it's died down a little bit.
Come on. See,
I,
cut.
I would say I appreciate it,
Come on.
but I'm not, like certain things I don't like. So I would say, that's just not my style though. But I appreciate the effort, and I think I would say what I do like, and not leave it up to chance after that.
You'll
Like,
wait till later.
right, depending on how excited they are. If they're not really excited, I might say it right then, but I wouldn't. It just depends on. I would try to gauge if they can handle it right then.
Come on.
And
Empathy.
I would say, yeah, you gave
Leroy.
offers, but
Love.
I would, because I'm not a card person. Like my mom likes cards. I would have said,
I like cards.
thanks for the card.
She smiled.
I like it, or thanks for the effort, but I would have wanted the
You say your mom likes hearts?
card.
Hard.
Oh, nah.
And reading hearts.
I'm gonna send it now.
In card, she loves those.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I'm Auntie Betty Joe's child because I get that.
Yeah,
I
I don't.
totally get that.
I don't. My mom like a card, no matter if you wrote it or
Yes.
not. I don't
Yes.
like a card that you didn't
I
write.
love them.
No, I want you to write something in the card for me.
I think I have every card over the last 20 years still saved.
Me too.
My mom does. I was going through her thing.
Wow.
Mama got anyway. We'll talk about that. Another.
But it goes with the words of affirmation for me because I get to go back and read
Happy graduation.
Well, and then it's like, happy graduation. I'm so proud of what you did.
That's what I'm saying. If they don't have the words from themselves, I don't like it. I don't like
it. Okay. I've also never received a card that didn't have a message that was personal to it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this card sums it up, and they just write their name on it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's not for me. But if you, I love it.
Joe, did you receive my card in the mail?
Thank you.
Did you keep it? Because it wasn't personalized. I just
absolutely I absolutely kept it, and I kept the 3 business cards it had in it, Miss Professional Woman. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I keep every single card, every single one. But I also, and actually, I get it because it's also I should say that not every single one had a message. It was if someone's thought of me enough to want to send me something, and there was a message in there that relates to an item in my life, that's very touching to me. So I'm with your mom on that one.
Yeah.
I like cards. I like money. I like money in them better. I like what's in the name.
See, I would
Correct.
put a card with a written note over a card with you signing it and giving me money.
I just want to let y'all know that I'm gonna go find out who is on my sister's video right now because I don't know this Ash person.
Oh.
So
let's talk about it.
Check on her and make sure she's okay.
Let's talk about it.
That's the truth.
Because I don't see her being like, oh, I'll tell you later that I don't like it. I don't see that, but hey.
I'm Brian, believe it or not, I'm holding something I'm waiting to tell you that I didn't like you that you did.
No, you be waiting for the most inopportune time to tell me.
She just did it. You see how she just did that?
God,
she just did it.
For the right opportunity.
So that was the opportunity. Right. That was so sly.
No, she waits for a different opportunity for me. It don't be the best opportunity. She waits for the worst opportunity to tell me. When I'm bald and yowling in despair, that's when she'll be like, oh,
yeah, bald and yowling. What movie is that from?
Sister A.
Oh yeah, yowling in despair.
Okay, last question for tonight. We've got two fellow people. Well, I mean, if y'all have questions, y'all have questions. But these are ones I came up with since I have to do all the work. This is my show. A dude told me, my future husband, he told me, I said, She said, "Well, why aren't you in a relationship? Like, what's going on?" I was like, "Men aren't good leaders. Men just aren't good leaders." She said, "Are men not good leaders, or are you just not a good follower?" I said, "Men are bad leaders." So the question to you is: Are men good leaders, or are women just bad followers?
I don't I think it's difficult to make that
Yeah,
generalized statement.
Sure.
I
it
think
could be a
I
combination.
think I think it goes just on the spectrum on both ends. You know, there can be bad men leading, and there are also great men that lead. There are women who don't follow too well, but there are also women that follow well as well. So so yeah, I just to generalize it, I can't say it either or. Like women are bad followers and men are bad leaders. I don't think that's a fair question.
Men are bad leaders.
Not all men though. To me,
I'm not saying all. I'm not saying all. I'm not saying
right?
all. I'm not
No,
saying all.
right. That's why I'm like Leroy with Leroy. I can't really, because there's some men
Generalize
who
it.
don't know how to lead, and there's a lot of women that don't know how to be followers, or submissive is another word for them. But I don't know.
So
I
my theory, and I
okay, go
could be,
ahead.
I could be wrong. I'm not. My theory is that even women that say I'm an independent woman, I'm a boss bee, da 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 da. When the right man come along,
Mm.
she gonna buy. She gonna simmer down. She
That's
gonna
that's
close her
what that's
eyes
what
and
I was gonna respond to it. It's like
walk
when the
on.
environment is created.
Right, but the environment has to be created.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying. When a woman
But
feels
being
safe,
our good leaders,
I
we need to
wish I
create
would.
that
when a
environment.
woman trusts you, when she feels
I
safe,
wish I would
a lot
stop
of
with
those things,
I
that.
think
a lot of
I,
times
I,
women can.
I mean,
I
yeah.
think you haven't met your equal. It's not that you're a bad follower. It's just you choose not to follow that person. It's
Correct.
bad leader is you choose not to lead this particular person. Y'all just don't mesh well. Like my style would be Leroy to the T, but I haven't met that person outside of family. So it's
Right.
like you just don't, so I'm choosing to say, you know what, I don't want to follow this kind of guy. But he's a great leader. He's just not my leader. And there's a woman who is like that's who she vibes with.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I can agree with all that together. Because this family, for some reason, this family is like only in this family. Like, can there be people outside this family that are like the people in this family?
But I think that speaks to the importance of community, because if we were all being raised, because like we were all raised together, so
Mm-hmm.
we adapted to each other's style. But if we were really raised in community, like a neighborhood community, we would have saw that in other men in our neighborhood. It would have been growing up the same way. To us, they were there, but they weren't part of our rearing. Our parents didn't talk enough to raise the same kind of person, if that makes any sense. So it's just you got used to what you're around.
Yeah.
So,
It's a good
so you
point.
couldn't name somebody you went to school with that reminded you or was reminiscent of somebody in our family?
No, no, I can't think of nobody I went to school with that I would say was raised like us. Not that we were raised a certain type of way, but you like what you were around. Like I'm gonna turn off to a lot of men who weren't raised who weren't raised like me. They're like, oh, I heard, and this is me kind of venting. I hope they watch it. Somebody said I'm very angry on this show.
What?
Yeah, somebody told
I
some.
think only when certain people are around.
They said no. They said I'm always like at somebody's throat, and I'm like me.
Nah, I think there's just a certain environment that's created. Just like how a man has to present a certain environment for a woman to submit. When a certain other environment is present, it can raise some hostility.
I call.
I don't
I
see
get that.
you
I
as a
get that I'm
hostile
combative.
person.
I get that I'm combative and masculine, but okay.
It said I was angry. I said, "Whoa, I'm angry." Work for me.
I
But
feel
what's
like
wrong with being angry?
Joe
I just think
Joe is
I
reminiscing
think
of my
there's
parents.
just negative connotation in certain things. And also, I was silent because I completely disagree with what everybody said just the last 10 minutes. So I just had so I just want to say that on the record. I completely disagree with everybody. But,
I'm
but
getting
what's,
angry.
but
Right.
what's wrong with being angry? Like, what's wrong with that? That's an emotion that can also have beautiful things that come out the other side of it. So I
They're angry. They're saying she's angry because they don't agree with what she's saying, or she won't agree with what they're saying.
right, they're angry because she's far more intelligent and that she knows how to present things in a way that's logical. That's probably why when people can't fight their own battles and they don't know how else to do something, they try to be nasty about it. And so
Yeah,
I would call that person nasty.
yeah. I wouldn't say you're angry on here. I know you didn't ask for this, but I wouldn't say you're angry. I think you're direct.
Very direct.
But they be
I like
want
the
you to
way you
say stuff. People be
articulate
wanting
stuff.
you to say stuff with a darn smile all the time. I hate you. Ah,
I would say though sometimes there is anger behind it because she said to me on here blatantly like I did not like what you said and that no I don't agree like and but anger has I don't know why I should ask why does it have a negative connotation with you?
No, the way that it was, because I don't know who this person is. This anonymous person. I wish they would put in the comments.
Not anonymous.
I,
Not anonymous.
I wish they would put, but no, it was presented that in a negative way. Because there are some things that you can be passionate about that causes anger, like when we diminish black women. That does make me angry, but that's a good anger because I'm championing
Passionate about.
that we have. So yeah, but this person is just outright saying I'm just an angry person, always ready for the raw. Brand just like this. But anywho, off of me.
Chuck, what do you disagree about, or what is your take on it?
I disagree. Um, it sounds to me, and I'm not trying to take this out of context, so I'm very happy for any type of clarification or women's planning. But it sounds to me as if you're expecting the man to be the leader the entire time and that your role is to be the follower always. And that relationships, because this is an episode about relationships, and relationships are symbiotic. Um, and with that being a thing, then that means that there's equal parts following, there's equal part, not equal, there's
oh,
equitable parts following and leading and all those things. And so the last 10 minutes there was, and I forget where the question came from. I think maybe Brandy, because it was where it was, men are bad at following, or men are bad at leading, and women are bad at following, or whatever the context might be. And the way this conversation went, it was women always have to follow rather than lead in certain circumstances, where men in a heterosexual relationship don't, I mean, I have to follow in some certain circumstances. So I just clocked out. I checked out because I just didn't agree with the way the journey was going.
Yeah, no, I want to. I guess I'll clarify. I'm not saying that men have to lead all the time because I think that's ignorant for me to assume you always have the best answer. But for me, there's different strokes for different folks. I prefer to be in a relationship where he's leading. That's my preference. That doesn't make it wrong or right. Somebody else might love a relationship where the woman leads. That's what they like. So that's what they're gonna go for. But for me, I prefer the last decision or the final decision to come from him. That's just my preference, and I don't think that makes
I'm
it.
sorry, did you hear that? Sorry.
You said what, Danielle?
I'm sorry. Something popped up on the screen and I wondered if y'all
Her
heard.
eyes rolled
Oh, wait,
so far back. I caught it. And it wasn't you, Ashley. It was the comment.
Something popped up on the
The
screen.
It went
LinkedIn
so.
must
I
lead.
thought Dr. Jackson. I thought I was gonna have to call a doctor for the aneurysm you just had because
Did you hear the eye roll?
I heard the eye roll.
Sorry. Go ahead, Ash. I'm sorry.
No, that was it. I think that, and I said this before. Auntie, one of our aunties, she handled the finance. She led in that department because she was better there. It's not, and I believe that in that relationship, he was the leader of the house, but she led in that area because she was stronger there. And I like stuff like that.
I find that so fascinating because I
So
never thought he led.
Really? Wow.
I actually talk about it in my, not to be messy, not to be condescending, and not to be disrespectful. Still to this day in my household, I talk about that dynamic and what I have observed in that, and I just disagree.
I would like, wow.
I want a off the camera conversation about that because I'm trying to understand how you felt that way.
Right. So, that's what I said with this guy. I was like, the man does not. It's not. So it's for me. It's like this. Like Ashley said, if it's good, if I'm good in finances and you're not, then I'm gonna take care of finances. It's ridiculous for me to give that to you just because you're the man. However, when it comes to if we're in a car and I'm saying go right, you say go left, I say go right, you say go left. Ultimately, only one person can make the final decision, and that is the leader.
The driver, and sometimes you're driving.
What okay, get out of the car and let's
Okay,
say we're
let's go
having
back to
a
finances. If you're the person leading the
no.
finances and the leader, because the way
What I'm
you're
saying is
talking about
ultimately
leader,
only one person can make a final decision. Two people
and
can't make a final decision
so
if
can
they
but
don't agree with
in
it.
the what Ash was saying is that the a leader is the person that can make the final decision, and ultimately that's the man. In did I hear it incorrectly?
No, okay, what I'm saying is if I'm better in finances for that for that particular situation, let's go back to them. She led in the finance. But I believe that if he said I'm gonna use $100 for this, even if she didn't agree with it and she knew this is not a good decision, she gave him the $100.
Ill, ill. Huh.
And I wanna second what Sinsuela said. I would like a side conversation to find out how
Would love to.
don't feel he. I would
Would
love.
love to. I'm happy to.
Add me in.
Happy to.
That's
Well, I don't care
Tonight,
if you're not happy to. It's gonna happen.
that's
I mean, if I'm not
I
happy to, it won't happen.
Oh,
And
oh,
but
it's
I'm,
happening.
but I'm happy
Oh,
to.
it's
Yeah, I
happening.
think there's a few dynamics I think in this type of context that refers to this type of conversation that I've observed in our life environments
wow.
that I have said actively, that wasn't right, and I don't agree with it.
Hmm.
I said that every time I got a whooping, but that didn't change nothing.
Well, considering that I'm the man right now saying this in the conversation, I'm
You're
the
not in a
leader.
relationship with me,
There
sir.
you go. I've been in a relationship longer with any of y'all than anybody else that I have been in a relationship with. So come on, 35 years, longest relationship. So so yeah. We in relationship, whether you like it or not.
We're gonna do this time. Okay. Well, I'll admit it. Okay. All I gotta say is you know what I'm talking about. So I think, and this is my belief, when it comes to, and this is another, I guess, a caveat. I need my man to be like a wolf, right? You lead from the back. Also, In order to lead, be a good leader, I do believe you have to be a good follower. You can't, hello, shake it. You
Shimmy,
have to be
shimmy,
a good follower in
shimmy.
order to be a good leader. And that's my theory. And a lot of men that I've experienced, because I know somebody gonna comment something silly. In my experience, the men that I've experienced, they are not good leaders. They want to be called the leader, but they don't want to take the responsibility of what a leader is. And ain't nobody got time for that. If I'm
And
gonna be
what's
a
the
leader, I'm getting all of
responsibility?
it. Hmm?
What's the responsibility of a leader?
If something goes wrong, it's on you.
So,
Ultimately, if something goes wrong, it's on you. You got to take responsibility for the choices that were made.
so they want to be a leader. They make the decision, and then they blame it on you.
No, they want to. They want to. They want. I'm the head of this household, but they're putting everything on me to do. And this is just an example, but they're putting everything on me to do. But then when things go wrong, it's like, well, you made that choice, but you're the leader.
Oh,
You
okay.
said to make these choices. You gave me the. You gave me to go ahead and make all these choices. But when it goes wrong, it's like, oh, well, that was you. You did that, not me. But you want title of leader. Okay, that's what I have issue with.
But that's the assumption that not men, but that's the assumption that in relationships there has to be a title of leader. Why? What's wrong with co-leaders? Isn't that a thing? It is a thing,
Okay,
and I
that is
have
a
a
thing.
published thesis
Let's
on
use
it.
an
We
example.
could-
Let's go with football, right? Football, right? There's co-captain sometimes, right? They go to the middle of the field, they flip a coin. If I say heads, you say tails, that we're not going to get anywhere. Ultimately, somebody has to submit to the other person, and whoever makes the final decision, you're the leader.
But the person who may have called the flip
Exactly.
could be this net, but the other person could be calling the plays on the field. So that's co-leadership.
Right, but I'm focusing on. I'm talking about this one thing. Again, that's dealing with finances. If I'm good at finances, I got it. If you're good at cooking, you got it. That's teamwork. That's how it works.
So
That's
if you're good
time.
at finances, back to the example of if I want to give you, if you want $100 and I know that's not what it's going to be the best use for it, you're still going to give that $100,
I'm going
even
to
though
have a
you're the best
discussion
one at
with
the
you. I'm going to
finances.
have a discussion with you. But ultimately, if you want $100, there you go.
That is
It is on you.
crazy.
It is on
That
you.
is,
What happens?
I want to actively say that's crazy. That is
So
very crazy to me.
But I think that people have different purposes. That's just what some people want. That's the kind of relationship that I'm comfortable in. There are things that people do sexually that I don't agree with. You know, I can't say the costume. I think that's funny, but I can't say it's wrong because you like to do it. That's just not you, but a person likes to do it. That's what they like to do. So it's not wrong. That's just their preference. So I guess if I like to be in this kind of relationship where he makes the ultimate decision, I don't think that is crazy or wrong or anything. That's my preference. And I think that we have to be careful not to say, "Oh, that's crazy" or whatever, and minimize what someone else likes when it comes to relationships. But then we can say this is okay when we're talking about something else. If
Yeah.
your preference, that's not, you know, and vice versa.
Yeah, the preference for you is not crazy. The preference for me is crazy. So I think it's fair for me to say that there was a preference out there that is crazy for me, and which is where I'm saying something based off my own ego, experience, or opinion, right? So it's crazy. I also think like I keep going back to this finances example. Have y'all seen what is it? Why do fools fall in love? Frankie
Honest.
Lyman.
Oh,
Frankie Lyman.
Mhm.
Frankie wanted money. Frankie wanted
Lorenz
a hundred
Tate played
dollars.
him.
yeah.
Frankie wanted $100. Whoever Vivica A. Fox's character was knew that that wasn't a good idea because they had to pay the rent, and Frankie wanted that $100. Now, Frankie got that $100. Look what ended up happening. I'm just like that's just
Sure, you got
I
that
just
$100.
a very insane example, right? Of like a leader also know when to a, a leader knows when to step in and when to move out, right?
But leader also knows when to shut up and let money go.
Or
So he's
things in
not a good
general, or things
leader.
in general. Absolutely. Right? And I believe relationships are co-leadership, and it's a very symbiotic thing. And there are times where one person could make 99% of the decisions. I get that, but there needs to, or make 50% of decisions.
But but the
I
Um,
that's I
I
but
see.
think
submitting to someone's decision
No,
at submitting to someone's decision just because.
in a healthy way. If my husband came and said, "I want $100 so I can go snort crack," yeah, can you snort that or do you smoke? Which
No clue. I don't do crack,
right,
but
but
Crack is whack.
actually, I think you can. That's
if that,
coke.
I would give
That's
me
coke.
I
coke, but
think it's
I
both.
don't.
You can snort and smoke
Okay,
and inject.
$100 because I want to do illicit drug, and I know our light bill needs to be paid. That's going to be a hard no because
Hard
we're
no.
trying to do something that is not productive. And it's going to set us back. So I want to say that in perspective. If my husband say, you know what, I want you to curse your God, that's a hard no. I don't care what role we've agreed that you sit in. So let me be very clear. I'm not entertaining bad leadership. But
Right.
say, hey, give me $100, and I know we got goals, but it ain't gonna hurt us or whatever. And you say you okay, cool, whatever, do that. But I'm not doing it if you're gonna put us out of house and home or jeopardize the children, myself, whatever. I'm not doing it. If he's talking about go sell your body on, and that's a hard no, because you're not a leader at that point. You're just this tyrant. You're crazy. I will use that word now. That person, because they're doing things that don't make sense. But if it's okay and it won't kill us or hurt us or cause harm, that's different for me.
and
Right.
the good definition of a good leader is someone who knows how to pull on each other's strengths and weaknesses. So you know what the other person's strengths are, and you know what the other person's weaknesses are. So therefore, you know where to step back when you need to step back in a certain aspect. So I don't
So it
know.
sounds like that both people are the leaders in that.
Okay, so for example, I'll go into like my parents' relationship. If you looked if you looked on the surface level, you would think that my father was the leader in that relationship. But I can tell you that my mother was the breadwinner, and she was the one who my dad didn't even know how much he got paid, when he got paid, because my mom was the one who made sure all the bills got paid. So go
I
ahead.
I, I appreciate that example.
You saying that's what make her the leader?
Oh,
No,
how
but
did
I'm
that come
saying
from?
she led from a submissive position where he thought he was in making the decisions, but in actuality, she was the one making most of the
Just
decisions.
So
whatever you
she's the
He made him
say.
leader
think that he was
because
making most of the decisions.
she's the leader because she smartly, not manipulated is the wrong word, but that's what's
But
coming to
she was
mind.
able to, but
She
essentially, she was able to manipulate the
He didn't
situation where she thought he
manipulate.
was leading.
She aided him in his leadership
so
ability.
they co-led.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
That's what it was. If
No,
she
but
like,
ultimately there is
that's
going to
what
be
it
only one head of house.
And to the comment, of course, it's my perspective. This is a opinion panel. Thank you.
So I have a question for the ladies. If a man wanted to take some of the money out of the bank account to put it in an investment that you are unsure if it's going to give a return or a dividend on, would you allow that as a leader, or would you question it, or what would you do?
What research do you have on this investment? Like what
And is
findings
this
have
money
you
that we can
found?
afford to lose?
How much
That's the
money?
main
Right.
thing.
How much money? Yeah.
Is this an amount that we can afford to lose? If it's an amount that we can afford to, like if you say, okay, we're going to invest this $500 versus $500,000, there's going to be a big difference. Like,
But if he's the lead, Ashley, what you want to?
If he said we're gonna run, see, I'm a
No.
dice roller.
you said what?
Huh?
I'm a dice roller. I like to go to dice.
Um, All right.
So
I would say what's I would say, oh, okay, what are you thinking? Like, let's like, okay, what you got in mind? What's the ins and outs? Give me the deets.
Exactly. So that like you want to know the history. You want to know what research you've done.
right,
Like what is
but the question. Okay, so Ashley, no matter the amount, you're gonna ask the question. Would you tell him yes or no? Or y'all, like, does it matter the amount? If he's the leader and he feels this is going to bring in more revenue for the household, or it's going to make whatever situation better, you of course ask him the questions, get more information, try to be supportive or whatever. But if he give whatever that amount is and he know that you have it, would you tell him yes or no? And he's the leader.
First, okay, so when I was together, I was in a committed marriage. That part. We both were on the account. So even if I said no, he could go get it himself. But I would, if you're saying, if we got $10 to our name and you say the investment is $10,
Hmm.
that's a
Because
no.
he feel like he could bring in 20. He can make
If you could get that, then you should have been
flip it
But
and
he's
get
the
bring
leader.
Come
20.
on.
But he's the leader, right?
So
He's the
no.
leader.
Okay, so no.
To me,
What
that's
you're failing to realize is that you put me in charge of finances.
I don't care if I'm
And
not
now,
a
as the
Put
leader, I'm
me
taking it back. I'm
and
taking
put
that
since you
decision
put
back.
me in charge of finances, you're relying on my
Taking it back.
knowledge of finances. You can take okay. But that is going to be again, can we afford to lose this money? What do we need to use this money on? If it's for the lights, no, it's a hard no. When we get some
that would
money
be my
together,
main question is can we afford to
some
lose this?
spendable money. What is it called? Some supplemental income. Do what
oh,
you do, boo. Damn.
okay. So if you tell him no by you
Uh-huh.
being the helpmate, and he do
The
it anyway,
finance department.
Yeah, what happens?
okay, and he do it anyway because he feels like he's the head and he's the leader.
Frankie
You better
Lyman.
go out and sell some dick to go get that money back.
Oh my gosh. I gotta go mute. I gotta go mute.
The anchor on her
You gotta go sell some dick to get that money
Now,
back.
Dr. Jackson, you done woke up.
Listen,
So
Leroy,
you
is
want to
that
this
share?
you?
life
I heard
gotta
it.
be
So
paid.
you
This
want to
mortgage
share?
gotta be paid, and you used our mortgage money to go invest it, and you lost it. Oh, you better go sell something to go get this money back.
I heard a girl say the other day, she's talking about, I share a chicken wing, but I'm not sharing my dingaling. I was like, child. So
no.
you want your man to go sell
Listen,
to
he
get the
better
money
go
back.
find a way. He better go make a
But
way
if
to make
he's
that
the
money back.
leader and
Okay,
he feel like, okay, this, you know how people invest in the stock market. I mean, it could be whatever it is,
I'm not gonna let you
a
lead me
new
to hell.
business, whatever he feel
Hello.
like it's going to work. You say what?
I'm not gonna let you lead me to hell.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
not.
just asking.
No, in the words of Nene Leaks, you can hide being hungry, but you can't hide being homeless.
Come on, Nene. Come on, Nene.
Gonna put if you're jeopardizing like stability because you want to roll that kind of dice, I'm not doing
I
that.
don't need you
I
leading me.
tell my children this because I want them to get it right now that you can come home. If something like that happens, you can come home. You children, but he can't come with you. See, and I know I can go home, but I would dare not bring him with me. If you made that kind of decision, we're you've led us, you misled me, and we're done. And
Did you
thank God I didn't get it right on paper because we could just go our separate ways.
did you
The
guys
answer
see
to
that
that
one
question,
video? Oh,
no.
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. No. Go ahead. Go ahead with that.
Can you bring that comment back up? I'm sorry.
The answer to that question is no. The chief, the COO or the CFO is
See,
put in a position because he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, because that person
Oh
has
no.
a track record. That person has a proven track record, right?
You're telling
As
me that
a
the CEO is
as
going over
someone in an
every
executive
finance.
position, I do review every single thing my team does,
What
no
what's
matter
your
what
position?
position they have.
What's your
Okay.
position?
So as a former CEO, and now as a COO, but as a former CEO that
Mm-hmm.
led overall, like I would still review what my CFO was doing.
You reviewed everything that they're doing.
Every single thing. Correct. because it's the sustainability and longevity of what we're trying to create. And I trust them. So my eyes of how I review it is a little bit different, and my questions are different. But I absolutely still review because I have to sign the papers at the end of the day.
But that's not relevant to the conversation that we're having.
Right.
And I want
But
to.
that was the
I
question.
get that.
No,
but I get that.
I'm saying the question was not relevant to the conversation.
Oh,
But
mute.
to
Well, he
piggyback
was
off of what
he,
Ashley
Mute.
said. To
no, he
piggyback
was
off of.
saying. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead. No, I was saying to piggyback off of what Ash was saying. Do you guys see that one video where the woman, like, it was a mom, the daughter had gone back into the house to go move her and her kids, and basically her husband was trying to come with her, and the mom said, no, he can't. You and the kids can come here, but he can't come here. He can't come in here. He can't come because basically now the wife and the kids were homeless, and the mom said, no, you can't move in here because you put your wife and the kids in this situation. You need to go. You can sleep somewhere else. I don't know what the background was, but basically she said no.
Yeah, go sleep
And
on that
then
investment you made.
he was like going off on her. He recorded the whole thing. He was like going off on her. So you're not even gonna stick up for me? Talk about
This
him
on
talking to
Facebook?
his ex, huh?
Where is this on Facebook?
I think I saw it on Instagram. I might have seen it on either one. I might have been on both platforms.
It does matter how you became homeless, and I'm telling you, I have this conversation with my children. If your house burned down, that's different.
Yeah, exactly.
If he got laid off, that's different. Now, if he quit and refused to go back to work, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
Because if your house got burnt down, he got laid off. Yes, he could come.
Yes, but that wasn't a situation. Apparently, they've been evicted multiple times.
No, see, and I no.
And that's how they lost their house. That was the background story of that. So it's like he can't even keep his home. And now basically the daughter and her she's bringing her kids back home.
But I would as a unbiased parent, because I don't believe that all of the responsibility is on him. I would ask her, what was your role in it? Why weren't you bringing in some kind of income? Or if she wasn't, or whatever the case may be, or why didn't you call me sooner? Because somebody said, I can't remember, some black man, he's famous. He said, tell me the issue before it gets too big. I think it was Bernie Mac. He's like, people always call you, hey, I'm about to be put out of my house, I'm about to be evicted. He's like, why didn't you call me when you had the first late payment?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was Bernie Mac.
Yeah, I can do something, and I'm doing less too. Like, okay, I can pay. Now you want me to go back and pay 5 months worth of rent? Why you didn't call me when you first got an issue? And I would have that conversation with my child. Why didn't you already call me? How did you get to this place?
But to answer your question, it's a hard no.
So at what point, and I'm just asking, at what point does the leadership turn into a team effort? Because if you're saying it's a hard no, and he's like, okay, no, this is a hard yes, at one point, I guess somebody needs to compromise and break it down. But at what point does it turn into a team versus, or is it always a team and then somebody take the lead in certain aspect or certain areas?
I think it's all for me. I think it's always a team,
Right?
because I'm a team player. I'm willing to let you be the captain. I'm willing. I think it's always a team. I wouldn't want to be with somebody who was a dictator.
Right.
Who just felt I'm the leader. I'm the leader. No, you got to be. No, it's a partnership. It's a partnership.
It's
I the comfort of being under quote unquote a good leader.
I still believe it's always a team.
And then I had another question, but I forgot just that quick.
Sometimes you throw the ball, sometimes you run it. You know, you threw the finance ball to me, so I'm gonna run with it. Yeah. And I get what Stelson was saying with the CEO, COO. Sure, but sometimes if the CEO could do everything, he would do it, or she would do everything. But no, you have help, and that's me. Hi. Well, not me for you, but you know what I'm saying. Hi. But anybody else have any relationship relevant questions?
I did. I forgot.
Mm.
Okay. How's everyone's New Year going? Great.
Great. Do anyone have any New Year's resolutions?
To not have resolution.
To pay off all my debt.
Girl.
Yes,
Can
come
you
on.
add my debt to yours?
Hell to the no.
Oh,
Well, no, listen. If I win the lottery, sure.
my friend.
My New Year's resolution is to get through this year. To see another one.
Mine is to just take it 365 days at a time.
Come on.
At
One year at a time. She
at one
said.
time.
She said 1 year at a time. We.
She said one day at a time.
No, she said
I
365
heard
days
1
at a
year
time.
at a time.
I had a revelation, and this don't apply to everybody, just me. That if God told me, Ashley, I'm coming again on December 31st, what will my life look like in these 365 days? I would try to accomplish my goals professionally. I would be the best mother I could be. I would travel. I would try to hit certain goals. I would read my Bible and pray more. And so I'm going to just live 365 days at a time. Give it all I have in these 365 days.
Okay, that's what I wanted to. Well, it's not a question, but Lolita wanted me to mention earlier when we asked. Well, let me ask Dr. Jackson. When you were younger, did you have the dream of becoming a wife when you was a kid?
I mean, based on Disney movies, sure. But my goal was to become a doctor. So
Okay.
it wasn't my first priority. But when I was a little girl, maybe, like, of course, you watch the Disney movies and you see all that, the fairy tales. You might watch a little, the happy ever after things on TV. Then yeah, you'd be like, oh, that'd be nice. But once I got to teenagerhood and I said I have this goal in life, that's kind of what I bolstered towards that goal.
Yeah, so when I was speaking to Lolita was like, she doesn't know anybody in real life who has had that dream as a child. Only people on TV, reality, or talk shows, they do that claim of, oh my gosh, ever since I was a young little girl, I always want to be a mother and a wife.
Mm.
And Lolita was like, no, I've never heard of anybody want to say that. Who has said that, because she didn't have that type of dream either. But I just want to mention that. I forgot to add it when I first came on, but y'all was engulfed in y'all conversation, so I didn't want to bring it up.
Yeah, even with looking at the Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast and whatever other, what is it, Lady and the Tramp?
Okay.
Being a wife was certainly not a goal.
Right, and Lolita was like, somebody ate a poison apple to become a wife. Who want to do that? Someone lost their voice to become a wife. Who wants to do that?
Yeah.
Struggle love. They're teaching you struggle love from a young age.
The Little Mermaid's a really good one too.
You said what, Little Mermaid?
The Little Mermaid's a really good example of
struggle love.
Struggling with the idea. Yeah, absolutely that.
You got to be knocked all the way down before you can get back up.
Yeah, I don't think any of the princesses had it easy, because Belle was held captive. She was kind of forced into that was like an arranged marriage. She was an arranged marriage.
But that wasn't even arranged.
Yeah.
You said deranged or arranged?
Deranged for sure.
Of course. She was a prisoner.
Right.
Basically, all the Disney princesses went through the ringer.
Right. Princess and the Frog, she turned into a frog, like.
And then the Tangle, though, the Rapunzel, she was locked up in a tower.
Yeah. Cinderella was a slave.
Yeah. You had to be abused first before you find your happily ever after.
Right, and they threw her.
And he saved you from your.
First of all, why are we not talking about the things that the man has to go through to heal or to help heal the woman after all those things?
Because they don't show that in the movie.
They don't show
Right.
that.
They don't
Yeah,
They
I was
need
about to say
to.
none of
They
them.
ain't show none of that.
Look,
They
exactly. They
came
don't.
and rescued you.
They
And that's
don't.
it.
But
And all he did,
we're taking
Only
got
everything
me
for
Princess
face
and the
free and
value.
Frog.
I'm good.
Princess and the Frog, he realized she was, they was going through it together though at that time.
Well, it was actually his fault. So let's just talk about that.
Well,
That's a whole.
no, it
That's
wasn't his fault because
it.
remember that he wanted power. His little court gesture wanted the well was what's that?
It was his
it wasn't the
ego.
prince fault.
It was his ego that got him into that situation, and Disney ain't slick with how they did that.
Right.
What do you mean? That man took the person who was helping him was persuaded by the guy
The
from
dark,
Louisiana.
the Wiccan.
Yeah.
Tiana is the only Disney princess from my memory that had to save everything from start to finish, which is black women to me. So Disney ain't slick in how they did it.
And also, she was a
Disney
frog.
ain't slick
She just
with
said
how
10
they did
sentences
it.
like
Right.
this.
Also, she was a frog most of the movie.
80% of the movie.
At least Snow White got to see her body.
You know what? Wait, though. Hold on, though. The other person, the other Disney
Hold
movie,
on.
the other Disney movie, what she had to save was
Who?
Bad Drop in Africa. When Nala had to go get Simba, she had to build
Hold
him
on.
up. She had
Hold
to build him
on.
up. Come on, be the king, because he's
What
having
about
doubt.
Brave?
Brave, did she get married? She didn't get married.
Oh, Brave didn't do it.
Brave didn't get married. She was single the whole time.
Only the black ones did they have
And a struggle.
yeah, inner struggles and doubts and lack of confidence and running away.
I also want to bring up the fact that
Damn,
the
bro.
Lion King was all animals in Africa. They couldn't have just did a black tribe.
I would highly recommend seeing the Lion King and on Broadway on when they come out.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Very, very good. The black people
And there
made me
you
proud.
have it.
The black people made me proud.
You went from relationships to black princesses. My Sylvania. I love you. You see that boat. Okay. Anybody have anything else they want to say? That's what they said. Well, I hope you all have a great night. I'm gonna go to sleep because I have to get up early. Live my life.
All right, love y'all. Later.
Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining.
Good night.
What about?
Hey, if you haven't already, go to the Raw News No Fluff YouTube page. Make sure you like, subscribe, and click to get notifications so you never miss a show. Oh no, I was hoping you didn't click off. You're about to say, what about something? But y'all, thank you for joining. Great conversation. As per usual, we did go all the way left. All the way left. But that's all right. We brought it back. Y'all have a great night. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Hoping to get it up to 3 times a week. And we'll be doing some live shows. Particularly looking forward to March. Stay on the lookout. You have a great night.